Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna be free. Oh yeah. Wait till I'm free. Oh yeah. Wait till I'm free. Then my sister don't gotta pay bills no more, then she'll be free. Then I can have my mama ride foreign like she's supposed to be, then she'll be free. Cause baby boy got it. Mama, don't you reach up in your wallet, not when you're with me. Oh no, no, no. So when I'm free, I'ma be right back home where I'm supposed to be, not in these streets. Trying to make a living for myself and my family so I can breathe. So if they need new shoes, I ain't gotta worry, cause it's all on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. The only time I feel free is with a mic, bright lights while I'm on the stage. They cheer for me. Got my whole family backstage doing the same like it should be. That would make me feel free. Yeah, yeah. That would make me feel free. I just wanna be free.
Can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking, you got that passion to see your sister go. I wanna see that woman stand, you leave her on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Time after time played in my mind, now I can't take no more. I did the crime, I did the time, I only bruised my soul. I had to grind, I had to climb, I had to choose my role. Have you been told that I love you lately? Been around those who don't bug you lately. Go around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my sister. Better help with that mean mug, my sister. Come on, receive it, don't you shove, don't push me. It might not be about your nookie, and again, it might be about your cooking. Give you some ends, trying to supply some cushion. Discipline without no whooping. Known to show and prove without no woofing. Open your eyes to what you overlooking. Baby, don't that feel nice? Yeah, tell me, show that, don't that feel right? Ever felt what true love feel like? This ain't no pill high. When no shit they growing, no feel high. Keep you grounded, but yet you still fly. See, now I realize you epitomize everything a woman should be. And I pray to God that he working on my third eye, so I see that this world ain't all about you. It ain't all about me, but if you really giving out LOVE, so can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking, you got that passion to see your brother go? I wanna see that man stand, you leave him on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before we go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Young men are dying, young women dying, I can't take no more. You do the crime, you do the time, you only bruise your soul. You gotta grind, you gotta climb, you gotta choose your road. Have you been told, I love you lately? Go around those who don't bug you lately. Been around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my brother. Better help with all that hate, my brother.
Peace, peace, Titan family. Welcome back to the Coliseum of Arguments hosted by Titans Debate League. Tonight, we're stepping into a conversation that cuts deeper than labels, deeper than tradition, straight to identity. Are you Christian or are you Christ? There's a difference, and not everybody's ready to face it. Joining us is a powerful voice, a spiritual force, a truth seeker, unafraid to challenge the norm. Queen Cherokee of the Soul Tribe. Tonight, this isn't just religion. This is transformation. This is alignment. This is truth versus tradition. So lock in, open your mind, and ask yourself, which one are you? Queen Cherokee, how you feeling tonight?
I am feeling amazing, A1. How are you, dear? And hello, everyone.
Hey, I'm doing amazing. Everybody give her a round of applause. Thanks for stopping in again and bringing your wisdom with you.
I am enjoying these. I just to be a part and say that I think I'm going to be a Titan tonight. I love it.
Let's go. I'm excited too. Peace to the chat, everybody in attendance and an earshot of my voice. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You are now tuning into the sounds of the Soul Tribe. And again, Queen Cherokee is going to be leading this lesson.
Yes, indeed, indeed. I came across this topic, Brother A1, because I pay attention in circles. I pay attention in topics, of that's been on this platform as well as other platforms, where whenever someone is teaching something that goes along with and should go along with and should be just a add-on to Christianity, if people don't understand it, they say, well, that's not Christ. That's not Christ-like. That's not Christian. That's not the Christian way. And I've heard that so many times, and it didn't go along with what the person was saying. It actually, that question never went along with what they were saying, because here's the other one I used to hear. Those are man-made words, I'm like, ain't it all man-made? And anyway, so that just made me feel some type of way. And I started digging in and started looking at things from the information that we have now, about what people have been doing in the name of Christianity, using Christianity to hurt people, using Christianity or the word Christian, I am a Christian, to be mean to each other, to be hateful, to be evil. I didn't know that it belonged to the LGBTQIA community now. But it makes sense, if you go into the history of the Catholic Church, but that's another subject. So I just want to find out what people think the word Christian means, because I know what it started off meaning, but I think it morphed into something a little more sinister in the generations that came after its beginnings. And I wonder if people paid attention and are they listening and watching what it has morphed into. We got our gospel leaders. We got our gospel singers and ministers and pastors getting caught up in some of the most treacherous things under the name Christianity, under the name saying, I am a Christian. So I want to know what the word Christian means. If everybody can do any and everything, anybody can lay claim to the name, which is fine. Hey, God is all encompassing. So, it's all him anyway, but do we know what being a Christ is? And do we know how different that is from what we have been doing?
Talk to him.
So that is my question tonight. Do we know what that is? Because things change, topics change, titles change. And it's okay for those things to change, and some things have to die out, in my opinion, and it be called something else. I don't mind being called a light worker or an energy worker or Christ-like. But that word Christian, it has some dark undertones to it. And this is my opinion, family. Please don't take offense to it. It just has some dark undertones that makes me question, do I like that word Christianity or Christian right now? And I don't. I'm not going to lie.
What word do you like better? What word should we switch it out with? Am I muted? Oh, you can hear me.
Well, I mean, I remember when my grandmother and her people, they called themselves the believers of Christ, followers of Christ, but Christianity, and where its origins even came from, think about the Catholic Church, because a lot of the religions come through that door. A lot of them have to get their okay to even be a religion through that door. Now, the Catholic Church is comprised of the priests who all, reside in one side of the monastery or whatever, and nuns that reside in another part of the monastery. They're not together. They don't marry. That's a little weird, considering the fact that they've been caught up in so much scandal concerning children, concerning themselves, concerning the alphabet community ways of doing things. Are we surprised that homosexuality is rampant in the church when we know where it started? I honestly believe that it belongs to them, Christianity. Please don't get upset with me, family. Just hear me out. I'm paying attention to where it started and what it has morphed into. Men are comfortable coming in church with heels on and dresses and tight dresses. They're comfortable with that now. Do we really understand where this is going and where it came from? That it's a little weird. But then when I look at it and I go within my mind's eye, I'm just like, well, the Catholic Church started that mess. They made it okay with children on their cathedrals, with their mouths open underneath the skirt of a man. They have that on their cathedrals, statues.
Way too much going on.
Yeah. So, do we really understand what has happened to us? There's some things that we were taught wrong, and we have to understand that from the beginning, how even the Bible was even presented to us during slavery times, where, the one that's oppressing you and the one that's beating you and raping your children and raping your wife and raping you gives you a book and say, well, learn this. This will save you from me. What? I'm going to say that again. I'm going to give you a book that will save you, save your soul, and teach you how to be better and more, comforting in your role towards me. I'm going to show you how right I am in enslaving you, how right I am in, doing those things that they did in those times to you. And this was the book that they gave us, and we have been through generation to generation going by that same book. Have you ever read the Bible from the beginning to the end? There's some dark stuff in there. Really, really dark stuff in there. And I've seen people go down to the letter to defend everything in it, but don't talk about the dark stuff. There's parts of me that believe that the Bible sometimes is not necessarily woman friendly. Everything about a woman is always not too good. So I'm just questioning, family, today is, do we understand what Christ-like is? Because I think we need to go towards being Christ-like or being a Christ. That word Christianity just has too many dark undertones to it, and I'm not feeling it no more. And that's just me. But I'd love to hear what everyone has to say about it. And if you have anything to add to that, or you want to, challenge, or give me something that make me feel better about it, I am welcome to hearing that. But I will tell you, I'm a seer. I see down the line of things, and I can see from the beginning to where it's going. And everything that I saw 20 years ago, it's here now. So help me to see better 20 years from now. Because I see it getting worse.
Where do you see us 20 years from now?
Well, the age limit of when any man can marry your child in America will change. It'll probably go to 10 or 9. That's definitely going to change. They're not going to keep putting their boys in jail, because they want to, be with your children. That's definitely going to change. Matter of fact, it's changing in some states now.
Crazy work.
Mm-hmm. Under Christianity, of course. All the pastors will be able to have their way with any of the children and flock, and you won't be able to say anything to them because it's now the law.
Like, that sounds like some extreme Epstein list type stuff going on.
Oh yes, and it ties into that so much that we don't believe, nor did we believe that the Epstein list, the darkness of that list, could ever be something that we would really understand today was really true, and it was. And everybody is so confused right now about what we have seen in that list and what we know that they've been doing, that we don't even know how to handle it. We don't know what to do. We don't. That's why nothing's been done. We got to protect our children. We ain't got time to be in the streets right now. They're out there shopping. Hey, Humble.
Hey, Mama Queen. Hey, Mama Queen. What it do, Brody A1? What it do, y'all?
Peace, peace. How you feel it?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah. But I just don't see that the world is. Well, let me say this. I believe that things will get better because, I do believe that light and dark, as opposite as it is, has to exist on this planet. It has to exist. So the dark has to exist as well as the light. So the light part of us has to be a little bit brighter so the darkness doesn't feel too comfortable coming out, because right now they feel comfortable coming out in the light and showing you and telling you who they are, and they're changing the laws to make sure you can't do nothing about it, whatever they do.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
So I just
trying to change the law for the PDF stuff to try to make it like a mental disorder or a condition or something. They're trying to change it and soften the language. It's just scary.
Yeah, they call it what is it called? Morse? What is it? Maps? Something I forgot the name of it, but it's where you're attracted to minors. They're making it attracted to minors. That's a thing, to be attracted to minors. It's okay.
I'm missing. What's the thing?
Oh, I think it's called Maps. Someone can, correct me on that, but it's something, there's a name where it's now a part of the LGBTQIA, where you're able to be attracted to minors. And they have a stipulation, as long as you don't act on it.
But they got what in the what? That's sick. Let me first start. Let me start.
How does that make sense?
That's sick. That's number one. Number two, they have something like that in the bondage community. What is it called? Y'all know the 50 Shades of Grey, right? That type of stuff. They have something in that community, and they call them littles. And it's just when grown adults walk around dressing like little kids, right? And people like
yes.
That. And to me, see, that was a little wonky to me, but okay, it's safe. At least that's an adult dressing like a kid, and you liking, you know what I'm saying? At least that's an adult. When you get to actually making it okay for people to like little, and then you're gonna say don't act on it as if they're not.
Yeah, make that make sense.
That's like telling your child, you can turn the knob on the stove, you just can't touch the burner. As if they're not. Come on.
Exactly.
Crazy, man. How you been?
So I've been doing well. I'm excited to see you guys. I couldn't wait to get here today. I'm just concerned, and I was telling Brother A1 that, I've seen a lot of people use these little phrases whenever, people are in debates, well, those are man-made words. That's not Christianity. That's not in the Bible. That's man-made. On all of its man-made words. Let's put it out there, family. Everything in the Bible is made by man. God didn't himself come down and write nothing in that Bible. Trust and believe. All of it's man-made. Mm-hmm. So please stop saying that. Can we?
I may. I want to come up and I do this too, because I am going to do a presentation on, is it Bible hate or is it just telling the truth? Like,
Right.
why y'all get mad at us for just telling it? Just because y'all don't see the truth, don't mean the truth ain't there for everybody to see. Like, I don't
Right.
understand that. And then when you call the biblical believers out on that, is, oh, well, you just a Bible hater. You just a Bible. Is it Bible hate or is it just plain old telling the truth?
I think it's a bit of both. And sometimes people don't know where they stand with it because they're in their feelings about what they heard. It challenges their demons and it challenges what they believe. And let me say this, it's okay for things to challenge what you believe. Just give it a chance and do your research. Don't always tell someone, and like I said, I've seen this. I've been paying attention to a lot of different debates and a lot of different, forums where people are talking about different things, especially things that deal with the energy of mankind, as well as the light and darkness of mankind, which is what I call spirituality. Spirituality has so many different ways of looking at mankind that I don't mind gleaming from Islam. I don't mind gleaming from Hebrew Israelites. I don't mind gleaming from Christianity. Matter of fact, that's where I grew up in. My mother was a minister, so I didn't have a choice in that. But, my father was Islam, so I understand. And all of those things has helped me along the way to understand myself as well as others. I don't mind going into astrology. I don't mind going into numerology. I don't mind going into any of those things. Why? Because it's here for me to do so, first of all. Secondly, is because it's things that actually make sense. If I really wanted to go into the psyche of a person, why wouldn't I want to study their star constellation when they arrived on the planet, how they see the world, based on their charts? Why wouldn't I want to know that about my partner, about my children? It'll help me. It'll help me understand how the Leo thinks. It'll help me understand how the Virgo sees spirituality and how they see parenting. Because I promise you, a lot of that stuff makes a lot of sense. And when you know it, it will help you deal with that person differently. When their element, if they're born under the element of fire, not to put it out. If they're born under the element of water, hey, don't let them flow. Let them flow.
People,
if they're born under the air, and go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think a lot of people look at these things as just mere beliefs, and they don't understand. And me, I see brother Herc in the comments, and we've been talking about this for the past couple of days as well. That these things were sciences. These wasn't just no mere, oh, well, we just gonna make this stuff. This is just what we're gonna put. No, it's like it took observation. It took practice, putting things in practice, what work, what don't work. You see what I'm saying? And so, like you were saying, Mama Queen, I think a lot of people miss the self-development part in all of this. Miss the part where we're not supposed to be sitting back just believing and wishing and hoping and praying. No, we're supposed to be, actively living our life to better ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And we have to figure out ways to do that. I was just telling my daughter yesterday that this thing we call life don't come with a handbook. I can't sit you down, baby, and say, okay, and when you turn 7, this is what you do. When you turn 13, this is the way you're supposed to think and act. I can't do that. You can only figure those things out by experience. You being 13 may be way different than me being 13. Me being 12 may be way different than you being 12. All I can do is guide you the best way that I can. And the only advice I give you is stay away from those who are guiding you in places that are not genuine to who you are. Don't allow outside people to influence you, influence your internal thinking, influence the way you feel. Don't do that. And so
Right.
these things that come with learning things you were just talking about, Mama Queen, right? The astronomy,
Mhm.
the philosophy, just just the pure anthropology of it all, the culture, the language, right? It's really to get one grounded and rooted into who they truly are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing we was talking about this the other day too. The reason that's so important is because whether we want to see it or not, there's two cultures here, right? There's this thing
Mhm.
called American culture, and then there's our culture. And see, American, they know what their culture is. They know they love baseball and hot dogs. You see what I'm saying? They know what they like to watch. They know what they like to listen to. They know.
Mhm. Right.
We, while inventing a lot of new things of this age, but we have to go back and figure out what it is that make us so special. You see
Indeed.
what I'm saying? And that's the things that's been stripped from us. This is why I get on here and go so hard when people spread misinformation. Oh well, the Egyptians were tropical Caucasoid people. Nah, bro, you can't be telling my people that. And Mama Queen, you know I've always been like this.
Yeah.
People, look, believe what you want, do what you want. But when you say you're in the business of educating and helping out people, okay, now
Mhm.
you're standing in the same lane as me. And so whenever we around and you're not saying things that are beneficial to our people, no, now you got to get checked on that. Definitely if ain't
Mhm.
nobody else checking you on that. Now I ain't
Right.
going to, like I always tell people, hey, listen, man, I'm never going to come at you as a person. I'm not going to come at your character, but the information you bring out, that's what I come for. Like, I'll
Right.
land my queen, get into it.
Right. Indeed. Indeed. There's so much information out there on spirituality now. We're let's agree that we are living in an amazing time spiritually because your senses are open. Your
Mm-hmm.
awareness is open. You know, you ever been around you ever been so aware now in this time that it
Mm-hmm.
scares you how aware you are? It's almost uncomfortable to be around somebody because if they're aware just like you're aware of them, it's like, okay, this is what being real is about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There,
Mm-hmm.
we am I around somebody that understand I'm human?
Yeah.
I breathe. I cry. I hurt. I have pains. I have worries. I'm struggling with something, and they are too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you get there, that door will open up so much for your family. You won't miss a thing. You will not miss a thing when you're that aware. But we live in a time now where we have so much information out there spiritually that the Bible, I understand what it was meant to do and what it was supposed to do. But I believe that sometimes we take the words of it and we twist it to what we want at that time. And most of it is selfishness, especially when you're using it to prove a point that you should exist and want and have the things that you require from that person, especially if you're using it as a weapon against that person. It's never good. If you're using it to say, joy comes in the morning, yeah, I agree. If you're using it to say that where two or three are gathered, there God says He's in the midst of it. Yes, by all means. But if you're using it to hurt or harm or to prove a point to where your selfishness gets in the path of that, and you want to, because I've seen people do this a lot, and I've seen men and women go through this, where they'll say, well, the woman is supposed to be submissive to the man. That's true, but the man is supposed to be submissive to God. And if he's not submissive to God, then how can you require the woman to be submissive to him? She's not going to follow you into a ditch, bro. But we always want to bring that up, as if that's something that a lot. Trust me, if you can read and you read the whole thing, you understand what that whole thing says. Don't just bring it up about women if you're not in alignment with God.
Right.
So, it's just a lot of things that I think that we need to, just redesign those things in our lives and understand, like I said, that word Christian, what it morphed into is just not I cringe when someone says they're a Christian now because of what I've seen. Because of so many dark things that can attach itself to that name.
Yeah.
And justify it by everything in the Bible that actually goes along with, they were eating people in the Bible too. They were burning them. They were sacrificing them. The elites that are doing that, that's in the Bible. They've been doing that.
Okay.
It just morphed into, fraternities and secret orders and, Bohemian Grove type, meetings where they chasing kids through the woods. And yeah, all of that was in the Bible before it became modernized. It's just this is just the modernized version of the dark things in the Bible. And we're still going by the Bible as if it's a story. It's a book full of stories, family. It's a book full of stories. I would rather read A1's Bible and learn about his life and how he went through so many tests and trials and how he came out about it than to go and say, I'm going to go by every word in that Bible and apply it to my life. I'd rather.
No, that's a fact. And that's my only thing about this religion thing is it ain't ours. Give it back to who it belonged to, because it don't belong to us.
Right. And Christ said he came to set the captives free. That I don't see freedom in a lot of that. It's actually bondage. It's actually hurtful and mean and ugly.
Man, when they call you to the front of the stage because you didn't give what you were supposed to give because they know how much you make at your job, and you ain't give your 10%, Sister Johnson. So you make $38,000 a year, and you said you was gonna put $200 in that collection pan. What happened to it?
Well, I only had $198, Pastor. I'll bring the other $2 back. When I get it.
That remind me of I was watching this little Instagram short, and the wife took his money, took the husband money. I think she took like $100 bill and whatnot. And he went up to the collection plate and he took out change. I don't know how much change he took out. And the man got mad. And he was like, no. I didn't put that in there. She put that in there. And I took my change.
Oh, wow.
Crazy, man. Like these. And then people wonder why it's so hard to receive help from the church. Even when they giving, it seems like they giving positive help. But again, I want us to forget that it's like, hold on one second. That's my garbage in the back.
She wants us to know she's there. We hear you, princess.
But they want us to forget all of the trials and tribulations that religious and put our people through. Like, it's crazy. You telling me you trust the King James version of the Bible and they gave your people a slave Bible? I don't understand that, man.
Right.
I don't. It's just certain things like that I just don't understand. Like,
and they've asked the question. I've heard, certain scholars and certain, debaters ask the question, what was you doing before the Bible was written?
that part.
What was your people doing before that?
Mm-hmm.
Who was they praying to before that?
That's what killed me with that Ethiopian Bible. Like, oh, what, the oldest Bible in the world, the Ethiopian Bible? Yeah, but that Bible is not originally from Ethiopia. Like, somebody bought that Bible there. They had a whole different spiritual system before Catholicism even reached Ethiopia.
Right. And can we talk about Catholicism? I don't know if anyone in the comments, can kind of give some clarity to this. Now, wasn't the Catholic Church responsible for and is responsible for church and state? When it comes down to what churches get their license, and there's a fee that is paid from each religion to the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Did I read that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. And they all and all the archbishops gotta pay a fee to the council, which the Pope sits on. Y'all know he's supposed to be the divine mediator. But yeah, all of them gotta pay fees. And man, listen, the Vatican City ain't his own little country for nothing.
Right.
Think about that. They got this thing that we call the Abrahamic faith has its own country.
Right.
That's crazy.
And nobody can touch them.
Yeah. Humanity, all types of stuff.
People don't realize how big the Catholic Church in the Vatican City is to the world.
Yeah.
They are their own entity, and there's certain things that actually goes through them before it happens on this planet.
Yep.
You want to wonder why most priests don't get prosecuted? Because they can say whether or not they get prosecuted. They make that decision, unless it's something egregious. But he's back in mosque in a couple of months, right around kids again.
Right.
They make up. They have their own rules as to whether father next time get up there and do what he do and can continue to do it.
My thing is this, Mama Queen, and I'm gonna shout out brother Assam Ka. It's funny how they're able to make jokes about it on TV and put it in movies and things of that nature, but then they try to hide it in real life. Like what? What's up, brother Assam Ka? How you feeling tonight, Brody? Thanks for coming up.
What's up to y'all, man? I got a chance to finally stop driving my truck for 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'm like, let me catch a couple of shows. My man Neil was called. He was like, man, you ain't been nowhere, where you? I'm like, I'm trying to make this money real fast. We'll get to it. So, the pop-up hours.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Assam Ka, I got you on Facebook.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I gotta get you on Facebook, bro.
Yeah, pull up
books.
Adrian Jones. Hold up, I'll put it in the back chat for you so you can see.
Yeah, man, I most definitely wanna just get some of your books, man. Your catalog is deep as well.
Thanks, man. I'm trying. I'm about to bring the website back, and we about to shoot some anime movies here. With the
Oh yeah, my son would love that.
Saw MCOT. I forgot. Yo, you do the anime movies and joint, bro. Listen, I'm into that. Whenever you feel like you want like a little what would they call them? Like overview or like not a critic, but like a preview or whatnot. Like somebody show like, yo, like what you think about this? Like this look tough. Hey,
Let,
yo, I'm into that type of
let me
stuff.
ask you this: I'll send you some. So once we get them done, we got the toy line. I'm about to hit first, and then the anime is coming. Like it's coming damn near the same time. But do you guys read books at all, like the comics at all?
Yeah, I read manga.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So your what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send y'all some, and then it's a chart. Just send it back, and then I'm gonna pay you some money because you read it and you put the critique on it, which is very important.
Yes.
When y'all contact me, you see if you gotta pull my Facebook up there in the back chat, and then once we lock in, I'll be able to send you some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Make sure you send it to me, Humble.
yes, man.
Shout out to my man Kim Meadow and Rock Kufu. They just finished doing a rewrite on a book that was out before, and made some real big contributions to it.
Most definitely. This is something I'm into right here. My man, listen.
I'm gonna send you the book. I'm gonna send you the Uncle Johnson Ned book. I'm gonna send you some other ones too. But the Uncle Johnson Ned book is wow.
Most definitely. And you be in the museums, right, Asa?
Yeah, me and Saber Reggie did the Met, and then I was doing a tour in the Denver museum out here in Colorado. Well, when I get home in Colorado, but
right.
We don't have a lot of artifacts. We had some when they brought the King Tut display through, and then they had like a little statue of Akhenaten. And when I mean it's little, it's like real little, but it's sculpted. You can see his afro and everything in that thing. I don't really release that picture, but when I finish this book, I'll probably put it in there.
How do you get into stuff like that? Because we got a couple of museums down here in Baltimore, and see, that's the type of stuff that I want to like get into. Like I want to start doing tours and going to museums and actually touching the artifacts, looking at the stones. You see what I'm saying? Actually grasping the idea of what this history is. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get into stuff like that?
You can contact the museum once you get familiar with the artifacts, because you're going to want to explain them and let them know, like, hey, we'd like to bring tours through occasionally to do, and then they'll either give you a day or they'll say, yeah, you can always bring such and such. Like, is there any way if I bring this many people, I can get a discount? And when people start going down there, it'll be just exemplary for you. So what Saber Reggie has set up, like you pay an amount and then you pay him so he could do the tour. Because if you just pay an amount, you're just walking through there. You looking, you can't read nothing. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? So now when you pay him part of the fee, then he gives you a full breakdown of the whole Egyptian wing, and then runs you through the Hebrew wing, and then runs you through the Islamic wing, and then runs you through the African wing. At the end, the other part of Africa, I should say. And they'll like we were looking at a particular stela that's in there, and then they took all the color off the stela. But if you go into the room right behind it, there's a little light. I clicked the light on, and they got the little brother there, a little black dude, from the Stella.
Mm.
So they try to hide it, and they put it right underneath the light so you can smudge it and mess it up, and then they'll probably right. So stuff like that. That's how you do it. You get with them. You may have to talk to the curator and just like, hey, if I bring a group of my friends, can I do a tour with them and talk? Because this is what would be really nice, right? If
Mm.
Saber has a tour, I have a tour. The one in Colorado goes like it's like video of the Khoisan and all that, dancing and Zulus dancing and stuff and different stuff like that. So if you go to the different states where we have tours set up, we can make like a whole conglomerate. Like do the such and such tour. Go here first, here second, here, right?
Oh, that
And we
makes
could
sense.
we can make something really fly happen. So
Okay, okay. Now in Baltimore, we have a lot of African American museums. Like it just tell like a lot of history of like the transatlantic slave trade and things of that nature. We got a museum called the Black and Wax Museum, the Frederick Douglass Museum. So we got like museums like that. I don't know. I would have to actually like go online and actually check to see if we have any like national museums that talk about like national archaeology and anthropology and things of that nature. But I know most of our museums here talk about just African American culture.
yeah, that's something you could do too, because that history is very rich. My man Danny, you usually see him with Rob Bourne.
Right.
He's been we call him Truth. Danny, I can't remember your damn name. He used to go to school with me out here in Colorado though.
Right.
He is real familiar with African American history, where he can point out some of the grave sites, the one in Philly, the one, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he can break down a lot of our nostalgia and history and where things come from. So that, like I said, it all connects. It all connects. Where in and they stopped. This it pissed me off that I probably shouldn't have even did it. I went on YouTube, right, on one of my channels, and for Martin Luther King's birthday, which we generally, we usually walk and all that here in Colorado, I
Right.
pointed out the stuff that you don't look at when you go to the statue in the middle of City Park. So
Right.
it's him, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman. It's like about 6 figures on this statue, and he's the biggest one in the middle. Around the bottom area, it starts with the African slave trade, how you got over here. So it shows us on the trading block. Then it shows us going through emancipation. Then it shows, you know what I'm saying? It shows our trip in America. When I did the video, the next year or so, they took it down. It's been up for years. When I did the damn video, they took it down. I was like, yo. So
That's how you know, man. Listen, that's how you know when you putting something powerful up there. There's been times, Mama Queen can attest. There's been times I've been over there on Beagle just cooking. Now, see, the bad thing about Beagle is we can't record stuff over there. So once you off your live. You got to start a whole new one. But I've been over there cooking, and Beagle just cut. Chong. Like, what happened? What happened? Like, that's Beagle getting jealous again. Now want me dropping more truth. So I'm caught. One more question. In the community today that we're looking at, we pretty much got a lot of areas covered when it comes to like certain history, like when we dealing with Kemet, when we dealing with the Yoruba, when we dealing with the Nubians. What information about our culture, our community, our lineage, our people do you think is not getting enough light
attention? Our historical, people, the South, right? So we got a whole full blown movie on Shaka Zulu, but the only thing we talk about down south are the Khoi,
Right.
and it's because that's the new thing where they, but we don't talk about them. We don't talk about. I think y'all did a show the other day on blood type, right? So I'm negative O because I'm Congolese. When you
Right.
start to see some of those negative O and negative positive, it's usually with us because we're the older people on the planet. So we can donate blood to just about anybody. We can't receive it from almost anybody
Right. Right.
because they don't have the match. We got the match for everything. So there's our disadvantage.
Interesting.
Yeah. So some of the things like in Central Africa and Southern Africa, the West Coast is pretty much it's covered. We could talk a little more about it, like Sundiata Keita, because like I'm Congolese, I'm Malian, and that's that area right there. But what kind of pisses me off about Hollywood, they go right to the people who sold us out, right? Couldn't tell a strong story. You went right over there to Queen and Zinga. I'm surprised they didn't put Dahami in a movie. This Dahami, they had to force him to stop selling us.
Wow.
So you go right to the people who kind of sold us out. And where Nzinga was strong and a great black woman, she still was selling. She was trying to sell you out.
Right. Right.
At the end of the day, you're trying to paint a nice picture of her. Please, there's several queens they could have covered. They could have covered any one of those Kandakis. They could have covered several queens in South Africa, several queens in any part of Africa, really. And Sundiata Keita and them's mama. They're not touching on none of the greats. They could have talked about Nandi and made a whole separate movie about Shaka Zulu's mom or her mama. And they don't touch on any of those historic figures or the Akan people. Ifa tradition, which is heavy strong. The Maasai who teach you circumcision. Circumcision is all the way big in Israel because the Maasai created it.
Okay.
The first people who do circumcision and technically rule North Africa. Hello.
Right.
Sound like a little African call, didn't it?
It
did. She like you up there.
There's work to be done.
So let me ask this question: how accurate was the movie Woman King? Wasn't that about the home? Was it the homie warrior, women warriors? Was that accurate?
Okay. It was. I mean the historic parts, yes.
Okay.
Thinking in the movie, like what they were probably thinking concerning, probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. They like in Zinga step to your plan and be like, look, you can all go or you can send us the one we've been trying to get anyway. How y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? That's how they step to you. And that's what it was. Now when it came to beefing with colonizers, yeah, some of that for sure. But not all of that. Like they made them seem kind of powerless with the colonizer. When in fact, the first time the Europeans tried to fight them, they lost. The second time the Europeans tried to fight them, they lost. The Hami was whooping their butt. And then he was like, what y'all trying to do? Oh, and after that, he starts to help. Like, yeah, we at war with them. You can take as many of them as you like. And then they would give him nice hats. If they really like the hats, they say. And he'd be like, oh, come on, let's go. And set up capture parties where they start, So if you start to really get into the history, I'm a historian / a couple other things, then it really starts to open up the book of Africa from the a set tripping standpoint.
Right.
So right there, you just had clans going to war with each other. Even people don't know your original Ifa. Most of them start in Eastern Africa. This is why you have the term Isishango. You see, that's common, and that's like a priest in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a Xhosa word. It's a Xhosa word, and it made its way all around Africa. So that's telling you the connection from South Africa to the rest of Africa, because that name stays the same with that priest, and the traditions mimic each other so much, even to ancient Kemet, when you see some of the same traditions, some of the same gear, some of the people never aren't putting the puzzle together that ancient Egypt is just a conglomerate of Africa. It's a conglomerate of African nations.
Right.
And once that disperses, you start to look at what's left over when you start to go over west and you look at Chad and how they got papyrus in the first place. Papyrus just skipped over Libya and all those areas and just popped up in Chad out of nowhere. No, Senwosret took a trip over there, taking the Hesse and whites and Asiatics for trade. And those same wells that go from that area to West Africa and also make their way from that eastern area down south again back over to West Africa, they still use those. And the Arabs immediately picked up on that route and started to use it for the trans-Saharan slave trade. So these are there's a lot of little nuances about Africa that pick it up, check it out. And not even just the debacle of Africa, but when we talk about the good things about Africa, how large Shaka Zulu's command over Africa was, how big Mansa Musa's command over Africa was.
Yeah.
How huge the Congo was, and why the traditions look the same as ancient Egypt. We don't even talk about Uganda king or Sundiata Keita's rule, it was a huge rule.
Right. Oh wow.
What you look on?
I wanna address something that I saw in the comments, if you don't mind. I think it was Brother Firesign. I don't know if he's still here, but I think you misunderstood what I was saying when I said that in the church now, men are comfortable. I didn't say women were comfortable wearing skirts and dresses and heels. I said men are comfortable wearing dresses, skirts, and heels, not women. That's what we do. But Christianity now means that men can do it, and it's comfortable, and they're okay with it. That's what I said, dear. I just wanted to clarify that, because I wasn't complaining about women doing it. But I will say this: there's so far you should go, even in the church, with certain outfits, that women need to cover up when they go to church. I still believe in that old tradition of when you're in church and you're there for worship, you don't be a distraction to the men in church. I still believe that, because that's not the club. That's not the bar. That's the place you go to worship, where you're supposed to be open to worship and not worried about what someone used to wear or what someone has on. And when they're walking down the aisle, you got your hands up, and all of a sudden your hands come down because now your eyes is fixated on her ass. I don't believe in that, but I do believe in decency and order. I believe that women should be decent when they go into the mosque, as well as the church, as well as the temples. You know, be decent. Don't be distracting. So I do believe in that.
Let me, I want to speak to that too, if I might.
Okay.
My thing is, back in the day, a birthday suit wasn't a big deal because we had ethics and code,
Hmm.
right? So where you see a lot of the old pictures of Africa, we're naked
Right.
because that's how we originally walked on the planet, and because the climate allowed us to be that way,
Right.
and because there's a certain respect. You don't just walk up to a female and try to get busy. They'll kill you. Right? So,
Right.
you know, a jump dance is how you earned your mate in certain cultures. You know, or this ritual, you know what I'm saying? So there were different things that got it done. As we got more perverted throughout time, then it was necessary to cover a female up so that you didn't provoke a slow man from doing something he ain't got no business doing in the first place. Then it was necessary to wear clothes for everybody because now all the ladies in the village is chasing after this dude with the schlong, right? So these are the types of things when perversion starts to come into play. And we generally see the perversion take place when other cultures start to enter Africa with different cultural, you know, ideologies. Things that, like, yeah, you humble, like, yeah, yeah. So where you make a good point that, yeah, when you around now, it's a better situation. Don't be shamed into being who you are as an African culturally, because your ethics are pure, which is why it was
Mhm.
okay for you to walk around a certain way. It's why
Right.
it's okay for us to put the idol up as a reminder of God watching you, so that it's a reminder of the ethics, the codes, uh, and principles that are based in truth. So
Hmm.
it's a reminder for you. And then you turn around and let somebody, oh, but see the idols, see your pagan work. There's nothing wrong with having a statue in your house. And if that was the case, Christians wouldn't have all them statues around in Greece, in Rome, or there, etc.,
Right.
etc. Pictures of
Buddha,
Jesus all over the place, Buddha.
Muhammad, yes, all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So
Hmm.
you know, it's when you get into an Abrahamic faith, then they start taking you out of African tradition. And I had to remind them during the the protests, when they were calling them riots and stuff like that. I'm like, we had a discussion with one of the Christian brothers, because we start talking about the ancestors, and we was out there like that, like the one you see in Colorado with young Elijah when the cops killed him. We was out there like, yeah, and I'm like, yo, that's the ancestor, that's the, and then no, see, Christianity is, no, what you're doing right now in your Bible, you were told you can't do that. You were told not to use your ancestors. You were told not to use this stuff. And then I pull up the verse. Like this right here, this is Shemsu Ran right now. This is Ifa Ran right now. This is Wudan in action right now. That's why you talking about remember him. Say his name, because that's what we were saying in the beginning. Then they start doing it. We like, yeah, keep doing it. Oh, secret. Like, no, don't try to say Christianity did it, because you can't do that in Christianity. They tell you if you say one of your ancestors' name, that's a problem. You're coming back to your African tradition, and that's why it was so powerful, these new protests that took place that changed the world all of a sudden again.
Right.
Don't let them shame you out of who you are, because it's you see how powerful it is.
Indeed. Indeed. You know, I feel like we live in a time now where even though we enjoy, you know, the discussion of things, and we enjoy the debates and we enjoy the conversations, um, talking about history, talking about where we came from and how we got to this point. All of those things are beautiful because it helps us to grow. It helps us to learn new things, learn things we didn't know, from one another, you know. And um, I feel that moving forward, you know, someone asked in the comments, what does she want the brothers to do, the men to do, you know, and what is her complaint or something to that degree. Um, I want humans, you know, and I want the light workers and the energy workers. That's what I call the Christians now. I don't call them Christians anymore. I call them light workers.
Mm.
You know, that's just my name, you know, take it or leave it. You know, it's okay.
I like that.
I agree with you wanting to be Christian. You know, just I believe you're more of a light worker and an energy worker right now, because when you're dedicated to helping people see themselves and see how they operate, you know, and understanding the duality of the light and the darkness of that person, the masculine and the feminine of that person, you know, you're pretty much helping them to work through those things. That's what a pastor was supposed to be doing in the pulpit. When he's preaching, he's also supposed to be teaching. He's also supposed to be living what he's teaching and what he's preaching. But he's also supposed to tell you, I sinned today, family. Don't show us the good side of you, pastor, if you're not going to show us the bad. Don't get in the pulpit and preach about everything that we're supposed to be doing. But when you leave the pulpit, you go home and you're fussing at your wife. You're cussing her out. You're going off on your kids. You're beating the hell out of them, and they're scared of you. And watching you in the pulpit, you know, sucking up to somebody else's child as if they're the best one. Don't do that. Show us your dark side. If you're going to teach, as a man of God, as a woman of God, show both sides. And I believe going into the future, we need to see that. Children need to see that in their parents. If y'all going to argue in front of them, make sure you show that you can get through the argument, come out of it laughing, smiling, hugging one another, and saying, we shouldn't have never even went there. Show that to them too.
Right. You
You
know,
know,
I want to piggyback Mama Queen really fast. I was just
go
looking
ahead. Go ahead.
at something else I think pastors should do. They should stop teaching how to be Christian, and they should start teaching how to reach Christhood.
Yeah, I
Why
like that.
do you be the only one in the church that's called or ordained by God and Christ to do what you do? Why you can't teach the rest of these people that they can do the exact same thing that you doing standing up here, and not even you know, preaching and things of that nature, but they can be successful in life just like you. Why they got to depend on you to go to God to get their healing? Why can't you teach them how to go to God directly and get their own healing?
Right.
See, it's stuff like that. I be like, hey, get it, Mama Queen, get it.
And you're right. You know, you've got a lot of preachers that have to, and I put this to two pastor friends of mine that I've grown up with, you know, in my journey. And I said, I believe that you would do a lot better in this generation, Generation Z, and the Indigo children that are here now. I think you would do a lot better if y'all would make the churches into schools, the schools of spirituality. Change the frequency of what church is. If I want to go and worship, then give me a night where it's just me and Andre Crouch and Marvin Winans on, being played in the church, and I'm just, with my friends, and we're all in worship, and we loving on each other with the songs, and we feeling the songs because it's a worship of goodwill and how we got over and how we passed through. Give me a night of that. But when it comes down to church as usual, the politics and how it's designed, I believe it needs to go into schooling.
I agree.
And not just teaching just the Bible, teaching every part of spirituality and what that deals with. If we need to learn how to meditate, then teach us how to meditate. Let's have let's have classes where we're in the class teaching these kids how to meditate, teaching these adults how to meditate. Don't just tell them to go home and meditate and they don't really know what meditate means.
Exactly.
Show them.
Exactly. And Mama Queen, just to piggyback off of you, Mama Queen.
Go ahead.
Right there, it's like when we look at other traditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we go to their temples outside of the Abrahamic faiths. That's why you go to the Indus valleys or the Indian people temples and things of that nature. That's what they in there doing. They in there dancing and having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Why? Because it's bringing good, like you were saying, Mama Queen, good harmony and things of that nature. I was just up here the other day and I was explaining to somebody, go back to Kemet real quick, that a lot of people have this misconception that all temples in Kemet were meant to go there and be prayed at. They don't understand that certain temples were medical temples. You see what I'm saying? Certain temples literally, they were literally judicial temple. Like it was different things you did in different temples. You see what I'm saying? What was going on during that season. Yeah. And so exactly what you're describing, Mama Queen, is what we see in other traditions and what we saw back in our ancient days. This is what we did when we gathered together. It wasn't to oppress and manipulate and try to get money. It was to bring harmony, healing, peacefulness. You see what I'm saying? Bring togetherness, build community. That's what it was.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's that. See, what you guys are describing are Black people in motion. Mm-hmm. Because in the 80s, 90s, like when I was growing up and all that, even and especially the 70s, there wasn't an issue with being a Christian and a Muslim and a so-and-so in the Black community. It's just what you did. And then we would look at what you did and understand what you do. And other people may even participate with you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But when you start to get into the now that we've, basically adopted other people's cultures, because a black house was never Democratic or Republican. We understood that was the system, and we just going to vote for the lesser of two evils.
There you go.
We didn't move like how they moving today. We looking at them very strange, like, oh, I'm Republican. What? You're Black. I think you look like you are, but the lookership is failing me right now. So we didn't have those issues. So you would have a Muslim brother, you would have an Ifa. We got brother Baba Tunde. He lives out here in Colorado with us. Y'all hear him singing the Black Panther's funeral song in the movie.
Right.
So he's out here with us, right? And he teaches Ifa, him and our other brother, and they got programs for Africans based off. We telling them like, hey, yo, throw this program up. They ask like, chill. They call me Chill from my rap days. I'm like, yo, go do this, because if you do this, this will put this here for you, and then it'll be, and then they implement it. And then it becomes a part of the society. The problem is now you got these cats that's coming up now. They've never heard that. They've never seen that. They've never seen a Christian and a Muslim and a Israelite participate in Easter together.
Right.
and never seen them do Ramadan together.
Mm.
You understand? So,
Yeah.
but you never seen them go watch a divination together and celebrate the new celebration for the person coming into Ephra, coming into a con. So you have that separation. We knew better than that because we look at the books and we say that comes from over here. Over here, we didn't have a problem with the individuality. The,
Right.
the problem came when you got over here.
Right.
So when you get, through time, you could see it happening, like I said, with different cultures. When the Crusades came about, because remember, the Hellenistic Jew was in Egypt.
Yep. Yep.
They
I keep
learning how.
reminding them about that Assam car. Who put the Septuagint together? Like, where was that put together at?
It was in Egypt. It was in
Egypt. Yeah.
Ptolemy. Had them, well, the law anyway, right? So the Nash Papyrus is where you get your 10 Commandments, but it doesn't say Egypt, land of bondage. That part ain't on there.
There you go.
It's, which means it's added later. The Codex Alexandria is one of your oldest Bibles. When you get Philo and Ptolemy, who was freeing, he said he would free slaves of the Israelites at the time, which the Septuagint confirms in its early chapters of how the book came together. He put them in separate rooms because none of them could speak Hebrew. They all spoke Greek.
You better
and
teach.
So Philo the Egyptian, remember we was on the show the other day, went to the rooms to translate the manuscript for each one of them.
Exactly.
And they couldn't talk to each other because he wanted to make sure that the law was intact and they wasn't sharing information. He would get it pure, and how it was, any interpolations they wouldn't use. When it was done, that's how you got the Hebrew law in that book, and the rest is history. So you had the Egyptian translating the Hebrew for the Hebrews who only spoke Greek.
Now, really fast, the thing about the story that Brother Asar and Kai just told is that's anthropology. That actually happened in history. The issue with these biblical believers is they will read passages in the Bible and they will come up with some whole other part of history or something that was coming up or happening completely different during that time of history on why this book was the original book of their people and how they came up with it in the first place.
Exactly. And we're so mixed up with different stuff. Like, we'll look at the Israelite tradition just because me and my brother debated it, right? So it goes back to El Kunisra, not the whole tradition. I'm just saying this particular god was called El Kunisra. He's a Hittite god who is also revered by the Canaanites, the Kananu, who eventually take over Israel first. So they've got Israel. And then we have Assyrians who worship Yah, who is from a different tradition as well, from the Shasu Yahu, who are not in Paran, Sidon, and the places in your Bible. And they go usurp Israel itself and basically get rid of the Canaanites that are there, or at least most of them, and begin the worship of Yah in Israel. Even though that God is an Assyrian God, we now look at him as the king of Israel, and the tropes that they have over him pretty much come from the story of Baal and El a little bit. That's the type of stuff that's happening to the people's mind. And to get out of that type of situation, is for you to go all the way back, like I've done with most of these spiritual systems and religion systems, and break down all the information over a course of time. Now I'm 51 and I started young, so it's easy for me to put stories together and show the people where this comes from, show its origin. No, he's lying. Let's debate it. I ain't debating him. That's suicide. Exactly. Sit down. You don't know. So when you lock onto a tradition, it's okay. Just make sure it doesn't turn you into a sleeper cell.
Exactly.
Because it's going to have nuances like, for instance, the Dajjal in Islam is a one-eyed being. And this one-eyed being is supposed to become real powerful. In other words, you pointing at Ra and you have a problem with that system. You always have. But now you're trying to usurp it and say you're the Egyptians and see, we're Islam now though. But see how we no. So you have to, when you start to go under the rug and see what's under there, y'all been looking for this for a long time. You'll find it. You'll be able to pull it up and deal with it. Yeah, Ralph. These babies is on the line on the other phone. But it's those things, and so go into, if Christianity is around you, embrace it. It's okay. If Islam is around you, embrace it. It's okay. Don't let it turn you into a sleeper cell. There's different types of Christians. The original Christianity is not practiced like what y'all see today. But as you make new transitions and new systems and new celebrations and things of that nature, just know, try to know as much of it as you can so that you can protect your people from what's harmful to your people. And a lot of times protecting your people from what's harmful from them is to get rid of the stuff that demonizes them. Like if I asked you how the devil got horns, what would you tell me? Chat, what you gonna say? How did your devil get horns? They got horns in Islam, and they got it in Christianity, and they got it in what do you call in Judaism. It's because the god in Africa had horns on his head. The tall crown, the white crown, which is tall because it's meant to touch the sky, up next and close to where the ancestors are, as it says in one of the hymns to Asar. It also had horns on it. Why? Because we called him the Great Bull. And when it's time to demonize the Great Bull, like Heru is the young bull of his mother. When you start to demonize, your devil will become someone's god. And this is why your devil has horns, because they're demonizing your African culture and the respect and reverence they have for the Great Bull, and the fact that they will put the tails on the back of their outfit imitating the Great Bull. And the fact that Yahweh used to be revered as a great bull. And we see him revered as a great bull because I pulled up the artifact where you see he was worshipped as a great bull.
And
it says it in. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and so was El, worshipped as the great bull. The Aleph. Look at the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet is the Aleph,
Allah.
the ox head.
Allah. Is y'all waking up out there?
They
Is y'all
say
waking up out there?
bro.
Exactly. And this is how your this is how your devil gets its horns and its tail. Devil usually has a tail, or it used to back in the day, before they start just drawing him like a physical man with horns on his head.
Now watch this really fast, brother. I'm gonna tell y'all. I should pull it up. That's what I should do. But I'm talking now, so I ain't gonna worry about that. But in this, everything we're talking about, you can find in your sacred text, right? You can find people building bulls to the Israelites. You can find Jacob building a bull altar, calling it El Yisrael. You can find the female, I forget her name, calling on the name of El Roy. Like, this ain't something we just making up here. It's in your text.
Yeah. What happened when Moses went up to the mountain?
What do you say? What do you say? He said, "You called me Yahweh by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They knew me by El Shaddai."
And when he came down, what was waiting? A golden what?
A golden calf.
Yeah.
They told, look, Moses was taking too long. They told Aaron, look, he bluffing, bro. We don't know what he doing up here. We got to go back to what we used to. My man Aaron built them a golden calf. My man Moses came down like, what y'all doing? Hold up, what?
Give me your door knockers. Give me your door knockers. We're gonna melt this up. I got you.
Yo, humble, can
what it do, man?
Humble, respectfully. I was actually, when A1 first started, when he first started this live, before anyone even got in here, I was here first. Not on the panel, but just in the chat listening, because I was so anxious to hear Soul Tribe, and I hear you call her Mama Queen. So before I say Mama Queen, I want to make sure that I get the go ahead to give her that respect and call her that, because I know you Soul Tribe, she Soul Tribe. Yeah. So the thing is, I specifically came on. I wanted to hear more what Mama Queen had to say. I wanted to dialogue more into the topic, which is the Christian of Christ. But like, I think I probably sat here for damn near an hour, I was trying not to interrupt. I wanted to wait till I was called on, but I will say everybody was cooking, and I understand. But I apologize if I had to jump in, but it was like, okay, I gotta say something to be able to say something.
You gotta hold on. Let me Omar, you gotta cut me off, Omar. If I get to going, definitely if I'm going with somebody I'm vibing with, I will go. So you gotta cut me off. And also, Omar, my relationship with Mama Queen go deeper than us being in the Soul Tribe. This is literally a maternal figure to me. You see what I'm saying? She literally helped me in any area. Like if I need anything, I know I can call my Mama Queen. So you can call her Mama Queen. Listen, y'all can call her Mama Queen.
Okay. I just want to make sure that. I just wanted to make sure that, because I know, like, Salaki, humble, Salaki.
Go ahead, good.
So I just want to make sure that it was okay for me to call, the sister that too.
Call her Mama Queen and Mama Queen.
Yeah, and that's what I love, because hold on, first let me go down. I gotta give respect to my boy A1 for even giving the brother a platform to, even though we disagree to agree sometimes. Well, a lot of the times, but he gives us a respectful platform
and he gives us an uninterrupted platform at that. Like I've sat here on plenty of days and get up in here and we get the dialogue, and the brother that's hosting it just sit back and just listen and won't say nothing for hours on hours. That's very hard to do. So that is very hard to do. I don't think I can do it. Like I said, I sat back a good 50 minutes almost. I was like, I gotta jump in, you know what I'm saying, to get my point across. But so respect to the, you know, to the guy, to the guy, you know what I'm saying, A1. And of course I gotta give respect to my boy Humble. You know what I'm saying? That is my brother at the end of the day. You know, we dialogue, we disagree. Sometimes we do agree. But the thing is, I love it when he knows when Soul Tribe is up here, like I really don't have a lot of pushback. I may hop in to maybe have a few corrections, but I really just don't have pushback because like the Soul Tribe group, like they get their point across without majorly overboard and disrespecting somebody or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then once you say what you gotta say, the Soul Tribe people can say, you know what, I may agree with some of it, I may disagree with some of it, but I understand where a brother or where a sister's coming from. So, you know, it's always a big shout out, and my hat always go off to the Soul Tribe, especially Mama Queen, because like
he founder right there. That's OG founder right there.
Yeah. So to give her flowers, like I remember when I first tuned in, like I've like the last 3 shows y'all had, I was there on the first one when you introduced, I came on the second one, and now I think this is the third one. So if you notice when I have came on, you know, normally I could come across as being combative, but it's just something about the Soul Tribe, like y'all posse, and then coming especially from Mama Queen on how she dialogue, on how she talk. You know, she's not combative. She can agree to disagree, but she can understand where you're coming from. And then her tone of voice, everything like that, it's hard for me to really come with a lot of force, especially when somebody remind me of my mama. So I want to salute to respectfully Mama Queen for that. You know what I'm saying? She's a good sister. I can tell when she's genuine. And the other 2 brothers from the Soul Tribe that was up on the panel before, I forgot the other 2 brothers was real. Yeah. The other 2 brothers was real good, real smooth, real humble, and that's why I said why I know, where you get your humble beginnings from, and I think that speaks a lot on how you articulate yourself, your decorum, like I said, you've muted out for a long time before too, and gave brothers a chance to, so-called go at it. So, I see where you get it from, Humble. So I just want to show love and respect, to, the Soul Tribe, to Mama Queen, and even though I've never been on a panel. Well, I've been on a panel with Asar M. Khan, but we've never had a direct dialogue, I would say. But I respect the brother knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I respect the brother
knowledge. Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure to be on here with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Listen, I got a list of studies. Asar M. Khan's on that. I got a couple list of people that I literally just want to sit and study under, bro. Just like absorb as much information as I can. Listen, he is most definitely on that list.
It's far for me being on Sai's platform. Not necessarily like I've been on the as far as on on the panel, maybe only a handful of times, depending on what they're talking about. But for the most part, on that, I sit back and I just, either if I'm at work or I'm doing something, I really don't chime in that much. I sit back and listen. As far as what I know, he is studied. He's very studied. He had a dialogue, or he had to battle with Kasad. Kasad is my guy, because I know I got the straight Muslim name. I know I got the straight Muslim name, but everybody know I'm an Israelite brother.
Subhanallah, Allah.
Yeah. I'm an Israelite brother out of Chicago. That's where that's my stumping ground. But Kasad is a good brother too. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give my brother his flowers too.
Good bro.
He's like me, but I would honestly say, because I'm one of the new brothers in the truth, just coming into, finding out who I am, according to me, not according to what anybody else say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still learning. I got a lot to learn. And
Omar, I want to see you in a ring, bro. I think Omar,
I don't debate.
You will bring that energy, bro.
Not here for that, though.
Well, you will bring that pressure in the ring, Omar.
He probably will, but you know what, Humble? I'm gonna tell you, and I ain't gonna say that. There's some people you don't need to step in the arena. You need to step in the community. You need that arena.
Yeah.
So you have a powerful enough voice, and don't be shaky in your delivery, which takes time. Meaning, when you say something, mean it and understand it and know it. And when you start to do that, then you're really changing lives. Like what I do on Sinetta, I did initially just because I wanted to show those who understand like I do. There's no, because they're pagans, and then they get to shine. I'm like, don't shy away from none of that. Let's get it in. But for others, like even when I was a Muslim, when I was a Salafi Muslim, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? And would break stuff down with no problem. But the biggest thing that is important is that I go to the communities and I stop a gang war. I go to the communities. At Juneteenth, we had a cat pull the guy. I said, "Hey, you about to shoot him in the head in front of all of us, and you see all these black people out here. Think about it. When you start to do stuff like that, then you mean something to me for real. That's when you really have meaning, stature, and we can really pull from you, and we can learn lessons from you in life, as opposed, because these cats, a lot of these cats, you just an internet head.
Facts.
You make good riding sound when I'm driving my truck, but you just an internet head. A lot of cats. When you start to get in your community, that's when you mean something. That's why Mama Queen is important to Humble and to me now. As I've heard about her over some time, and I was like, let me tune in. Now she's in your life too.
Facts. I agree with you, Asar. We necessarily, like, I understand, like, a lot of the times we come into these platforms, right, and we always want to be so quick to disagree. And which I've been guilty of that. I'm not gonna be one of them brothers that say, "Oh no." I've been guilty of that, being let on these platforms. But then, like I said, sometimes like I said, I'm new, so I'm the least one to try to come in here and try to convince somebody or try to actually teach when I'm still being taught. And not only that, for me to be honest, I'm at a novice level. I got a white belt. I'm a white belt. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Hercules like to talk about martial arts. I did martial arts, back in my day up in Chicago. I ain't that old, but I ain't no young cat either. I'm damn near pushing 50 years old. I'm damn near pushing 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that, depending on the topic, depending on what people is talking about, that my opinion would be valuable to the community at least to share my opinion and give it from my understanding. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I don't come on platforms to try to teach. Like I said, how in the hell can I teach when I'm a white belt? I
Yeah.
can't do that. I'm at a novice level in this truth of me finding me and what I believe in. My nationality, what was given to me, not a religion, because I want to be very strict. Religion is for anybody. My
Mhm.
nationality, according to me, and what made me change my life around, and what made me a better person. You know what I'm saying? So I think when I come onto these panels, a lot of the times I do a lot of listening.
Mhm.
I do a lot of listening. And as much as I do want to talk, I try to have discipline, really not to do more talking than what I do listening. Now,
Mhm.
have I been guilty of that? A few times I have. You know what I mean? But I feel that my opinion does hold weight. Because
Yeah.
if I can sit here and listen to other people, you know, I feel that the few moments, a few times that I have given my opinion is worth listening to, especially if I can sit back for damn near an hour. What else?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just,
Yeah.
just, you know, just to be fair, you know what I'm saying? But even though, like I said, we can agree, sometimes disagree. A lot of the times, I think to be honest, and this is just to be facts. We disagree more than we agree. We agree on some things, but we disagree on more things than what we agree on. But I think it's healthy for us to hear the disagreements, to hear the agreements, and then figure out a solution.
There you go. There you go. I just
You know
want
what I'm saying?
to, yeah.
But go
But
ahead, brothers. Go ahead,
I was about
brothers.
to say, I just want to piggyback off you said a couple things, man, that was important. Number one, also, brother Asad was saying too that there are more ways to contribute, right, to our community, right, and that's 100% facts. Like that's why, like Mama Queen, listen, me and this woman in Rose, you know, I done started a whole Soul Tribe community on VR, the virtual reality. We got a whole community over there. You see what I'm saying? Um, we didn't build communities on be like building communities and finding your role in community. I think that was one of my first presentations actually on Titans Debate League was what is your role in the community? You see what I'm saying? Because I think when we all find our roles and find what we specialize in, whether it's teaching, whether it's food, whether it's law, whether it's security, no matter what it is. Once we fit all the puzzle pieces in play, then we'll start progressing as a unit. You was also Omar talking about being new in a community, right? Yes, you know, I talk a lot about Bigo because I'm a veteran over there, but I'm also new to this YouTube community, right? And I started like I had to re-humble myself, right? This is why I always talk about Assam Khan. And the reason I talk about Assam Khan a lot is because he's around a lot, right? One of the people that I really look up to, one of the people that I really study up under, and he did this is way before he even knew who I was. But you know, I literally listen to him, go back, oh yo, okay, he brought this out. But it's like I got a list and I had to re-humble myself and say, okay, well, how do I bring out this information? How do I rebrand myself so people can actually listen? This is a whole different stage. You see what I'm saying? And just already having people that I see, I like their styles, I like how they bring information, I like their humbleness, I like their character. And sometimes I still tell brother A1 to this day, sometimes I wake up and it's still like a dream come true. I'm like, yo, I really sit on YouTube with people that I looked at for so many years. And so now that I get a blessed opportunity to actually sit around you brothers, man, one of my goals is just to soak up as much information as I can and allow that information for myself. Let me cam up when I say this, for myself to start repouring into the community and do my job, right? I was just telling Sam Kai, I actually want to be one of those tour guides one day, right? Where like Asar was saying, hey man, we can do a conglomerate. I'm doing this, A1 doing something in Ohio, Asar doing something in Cleveland, everybody doing something everywhere, so when we come together, it's like, hey, it's really changing people's lives. Now, that's number 2 you was talking about, Brother Omar. And what else was you talking about that I wanted to touch on? You was talking about on your culture and who you are, right? And like you were saying, like the difference between religion and your faith and things of that nature. And I always want to tell people that, hey, listen, your walk is your walk. You see what I'm saying? Just be genuine about who you are, right? Outside of all of this YouTube, just be teaching back and forth the information, things of that nature. Your walk is your walk, and walking genuinely, and that's all we got the responsibility to do as individuals, right? Just be who we genuinely are. You know what I'm saying? And along the way, you meet a lot of interesting people that put their hands and shape you. You see what I'm saying? Like Mama Queen, like Brother Ez, like Brother Chocolate did for me. Also, now look, I got a whole bunch of other people to add to the list. Brother A1, Brother Sam Ka. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to do anything but elevate. You see what I'm saying? I promise y'all. The next 2 years, y'all going to be like, bro, I remember when Humble was da-da-da-da. You're like, yo, he knows so much because that's what I do, right? And I'm just blessed to be able to take these. I got to give Mama Queen some flowers for a second because I have to really, 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 really thank her for preparing me to be in these type of positions. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just a, this is the kid and we like him and we like what he talk about. Nah, it was trial and error, struggle. I went through some things. They actually seen me evolve. And at a point, it was like, hey, son, you ready? This is yours. We got to pass the torch to you because we see what you're doing. And that was a burden on me all in on itself. You see what I'm saying? Because now I'm leading a pack. I'm the lead wolf in a tight, close pack. So I had to really focus on how I move, how I operate, the decisions I make. And I'm just looking forward to in the future, just seeing how much more I can, absorb, not only from Mama Queen, but from Brother A1, from you, Brother Omar, Assam Khan. Just, man, these next couple of years gonna be fun. And so that was my response to you, Brother Omar.
Well, just to piggyback, I want to piggyback off you said real quick, and then I'm gonna piggyback off of something that Asar said that was really important and critical that I did catch, and this was about maybe 20-25 minutes ago, but it's still in my head. So you absolutely right, Humble, because the thing is, somebody got to pick the torch up. Somebody is going to have to pick the torch up eventually, and the person that picks the torch up is going to have to be a youngin. It's going to have to be a youngin.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way. That's the only way to push things forward. And to piggyback off of what Asar M. Ka said 25 minutes ago that I was listening to. Look, why? Listen, if you following and you studying the Kemetic people, why should a person have to go to the curator? Why should a person have to go to the curator to say, okay, walk me through the museum, walk me through the temples, and now I have to hear your whitewash version of the information, and I got to hear it from you because you're the cure? No, how about this? How about we let a brother like Asar M. Ka put together the walkthrough. And then instead of being taught by the curator, by the little notes, by the exhibitions, all of that they put up, why not let a brother like Elsar MK lead it? And then he has a group of people and he's walking them through to give them the right interpretation. Yeah. So the thing at it is, I'm looking at it is, I know a lot of times we can look at things that we can disagree with. I want to look at things that we can build on and we can agree with. So Elsar MK, that was a dope, that was a stupid dope point that you brought up earlier. We don't need to go to them. We can have a brother with you, years of knowledge, years of study, being shown and proved to have your foot on this ground in that specific community to give us the walkthrough. But because before I trust anybody else, I'd rather say, you know what, if I want to learn about that and I want to do a walkthrough through a museum, I'd rather go through Brother Elsar MK, because at least I know we may disagree, but guess what? The other person ain't got my best interest. He allotted me as quick as really quick. Exactly. But a brother like Elsar MK, who's well studied, be like, you know what? You may disagree with it, but this is how it was. And you know what? I take a brother like him. I take his word over somebody else's other word. Who hold on? Because just because you're a curator, don't mean that you so studied. You're more of a curator. Has to be studied under a certain tutelage, which would more imply to him being brainwashed than a brother like Elsar MK to be like, look, man, this is what it was, and this is what it is. And to be eloquent in his speech on how he talk, on how he breaks it down, on how he gives us footnotes, on how he gives us sources. That's what I will hold dearly too. But I want to hear what Elsar MK got to say. Great point, Humble. Excellent point. Excellent dialogue so far. I'll mute out so the brother can talk.
Well, I think both of y'all are making some real great points, and not just because you said my name, and that's the least of the great points. You know what I'm saying? I'm the least of that. But what's important is just what you just said. When you getting it from, and like I believe you can still see the video on, I can't remember my damn partner's name. He's got the video when me and Saber Reggie are going through the museum. Saber Reggie's giving the tour. It's me, Dr. Issa, Ankh, Sar Imhotep.
I've seen the video, Sar. I think I've seen it.
Yeah.
I think just real quick, brother, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Brother Reggie that's actually playing the part as the curator giving the tour.
Yes. And it's him and it's me.
I've seen that. I'm gonna mute back out. I've seen that though.
Oh no, you good. So it's him and it's me kind of because he's like, so we've got some, and it's so funny when we first get there. Damn, your name is in my head. I can't. It's my boy from Chicago too. He rap. Fortune, my man Fortune. He's got the video, right? So we get there and I say, Fortune, I already had a deja vu. I'm about to get a tour with him. I say he about to ask us to speak, to show the metal nature. He's like, you think so? Nah, we good. As soon as he started, he didn't even hear me say it. So we've got some experts here, and this is metal nature around us. So when it's metal nature, we need to speak it, right? So Elsar MK, this is Old Kingdom here. What does this say? And so I start breaking it down. I said, yo, Fortune just looked. I said, I told you I had a drink. Yeah. So when
the
we do it,
curator, the curator, I remember the curator did not, they didn't like that either. They didn't like
no.
that.
Remember, he got mad at me when I was pointing out one of the
Yeah,
things.
bro.
Yep. Hey, I remember that, and that's an old video. That tells you how long I've been silently in this community, just watching and looking without saying nothing. I remember that video.
I
And
say the same
they got
thing.
mad. They got mad at Reggie.
Got
They got
mad.
mad at brother Reggie, and they got mad at Esau M. Kai. They was pissed off. Like
And
I
now,
think they was damn near on the verge for telling y'all, oh well, if you can't go by this or that, y'all might have to leave. But y'all was articulate and convinced them to let y'all carry on with it. And I think that was beautiful. But I'm gonna go back out. I just want to say that I remember that, brother.
Brother, he couldn't have no camera in there.
nah, you could take it in the Mac. You take it in the Mac, but
In the
we
back.
when we were doing the demonstration, I'm reading the Stella, and everybody had read it. It's like a rock sculpture, right? So I said, now, why it's important to read Medu Neter at the table, Reggie? I said it's important because you may not be reading what it's supposed to say on this card in English. So, for instance, and I pointed to it because I was reading it. I said that says this, and this. But what does it say on this card? And the card say something totally different. And the curator is right there. I said, matter of fact, you're the curator, right? He's standing next. He said, yes. I said, that doesn't say what's on this card. It says, you're right. I said, I know. You should probably change it.
Right. Hey, yo, his face was so salty, bro. His face was so salty.
He said, you're standing too close to the... I said, whatever. So I backed up a few. I said, what do you got, the damn field 15 feet out? Knock it off. So...
Well,
So-
you got to understand, Asar. The reason why they did that is because they know that they full of ish. They full of ish. And when you and brother Reggie brought out what y'all had to say, they knew what y'all had to say was the correction. But guess what? They didn't want to stand to be corrected, brother. But go ahead, brother. Salaki.
But
Totally
it
right.
was so funny that you said that, Assam Ka. You brought that story out because I was actually about to talk about. So I watched the video. It's so funny. I watched this video like 2 weeks ago, and just in my remembrance, it was a video of Ashwa Kwesi, and he was giving a tour, and he got into it with the cure, like the other person. You know, when they be giving tours, the other person was supposed to give a tour beat, you know, on the side, and so he breaking stuff down, and man just had like he was just saying like you couldn't hear him on the camera, but you heard him saying something, and Ashwa Kwesi was like, huh? He's like, would you like to tell the people what you said? And he's talking, and Ashwa Kwesi was like, now, what this really represent, I say, yo, Ashwa Kwesi is hilarious. Yo, they be really mad when they be seeing young black brothers really know what they talking about. It was, yo,
Man,
I be dying laughing.
Ashwa Kwesi is so classic. Him and his wife, man. His wife be going in too, yo. He be tearing it down. But when I did that, now what they did do when I left, because Stable was telling me, he said, you know, they made the correction on that one. And then I was showing how the Egyptians seen the earth as round because it's on one of the stellars in there. I said, everybody says they thought the world was flat, but here it is right here, circular, Gab. And then we read it, and then there's another like 3 texts where they tell you round like Gab and all this other stuff, round like the Great Circle and all this stuff. So I'm like, we just correcting myths. We went over the diet on the wall, and what we like is when we see young brothers like you guys on, like when Humble first hopped on Sinetta, I listen for a minute, and then I'm like, I like where he's going. So for me, I hop on to encourage. It was like him, Asar Weir, uh uh what's the other thing? God Energy or something, the Issa Queen. So, yeah, I'm like, yo, when I see Young, I'm like, yeah, that's what we need. We need y'all to pick up this mantle so that while we get older, y'all see what's going on and y'all know the directions to take it in, the proper
Now,
direction.
you know you were supposed to be laughing at me, right? When we came up there as the bomb squad, man. Hey, listen, man, we supposed to have been a laughing stock of the YouTube thing, man.
Oh, nah, we was hyped for y'all.
To deal with us the way that y'all was doing. I promise you. Listen, I promise you, they did not expect for y'all to actually like
Embrace y'all.
say it real quick. They didn't expect for y'all to fuck with us as much as y'all did. We were supposed to go up there. Y'all were supposed to laugh us right on out the door. We were supposed to go back to Beagle with our tails tucked between our legs. Now, after that first day we was on Sinetta, we came back and we was like some supers. They was trying to find anything. Oh, you see Unc? Yeah, he pressed y'all up there. Da da da. And then as we kept going, as we kept coming, it was just like they got real quiet. There wasn't nothing else they could say because they like, nah, man. They went over there and did that thing.
Yeah, and y'all see me and Seti when we was looking for me and Seti. Matter of fact, he had because we brought him down to Colorado, and we in the car chilling, and I went to go get a cut, and we was chopping it up. We like, man, we got to get the youngins, man. The youngins is where it's at because our energy is going to carry for a while, and then we're going to start to get old. So you need that foundation underneath to produce a better brick on top of it, standing on shoulders. You understand? So once y'all start standing on the shoulders and create the next people to stand on your shoulders, and you know what I'm saying? It continues, but it's got to be strong this time.
Right.
Like it was strong back in the day to a degree, then it got watered down. Now it's got to be strong again. So when I sit and I talk to an Infedici and a Saber Smalls and Queen the other Queen Mother Afua, you know, I you know, even when I talk to the Israelite elders, you know, it's always respect, and I'm always looking to see what they want.
Yeah.
A brother Flag, you know, like what did y'all want left behind? Because I'm gonna convey that for your sake. And then I'm going to integrate it with this foundation that I believe will make us even stronger. Because y'all got ideas. And y'all coming with your own ideas. So as those ideas begin to flourish, it's not our job to plug them up. You know, even when Seti got with what's his name? We was calling him Young Pseudo at first, but my man. Yeah, my man Young Pharaoh. We pushing Pharaoh and Nature Boy at the time. Like, yo, man, y'all do it, man. Y'all get in the mix. If y'all got community around it, help formulate that community. Said he got with him full, you know, like, come on, let's go. And we do that, and then they had a little riff.
Yeah.
And y'all want to avoid riffs with each other. See, disagreements and arguments are okay. That's why we on these platforms. But riffs are different. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you don't hear me go off and be like, you know what I'm saying, the old me. You could just listen to some of my old music. You'll understand who I was. Right? Or if Saber Reggie get the, oh yeah, he was around that 40. You know, like, yo, chill. So that you know, you try to let go of that side of you as much as possible, unless it needs to happen. And if it needs to happen, that means like a cop is doing something to a young black child or something. It's got to be of that nature and ilk for that to come back out. You know, because me, I don't have to prove I'm a tough. Like you, if we go, cats in my state and in different states and countries, they know I used to fight and all that stuff, and Muay Thai and MMA and all, and they know I was an MC. They know Loon and them. You know what I'm saying? They is a pedigree. So you're no longer trying to prove stuff. What you're trying to do is engulf the community around you and bring them to a new plateau. So you got a better way of living. That's the whole purpose in there. So you can live comfortably and not still talk about, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to, go to the hood and the hood feel like what we think a hood feels like. It should feel like a neighborhood. It should feel like black people flourishing there. Not like, oh, tuck your chain in. You can't shine because he ain't got nothing. He gonna take what you got because you shine in it. No, it should be like, yo, he got a nice Benz. I'm happy for you. Did you see my new caddy? We just did the caddy. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It should never be an issue where it's dog eat dog. And that's where we see these younger movements going.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about that, Sar, is we don't have enough of what you said. Not what you said about the dog eat dog. What you said about, oh, you got this? Brother, you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm super glad. Let me tell you something. When I was growing up as a shorty back up in Chicago, you know what made me happy? What made me happy is when I had my friends, my guys, or we say our guys, when I had my guys be like, yo, I got that. I got this. I got that. You know what? I automatically knew the nigga who was genuine and the nigga who really cared to the nigga that was like a crab in a bucket that'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I can to pull that nigga down. Because you know what? Hold on. You know what the genuine nigga will say, man, that's beautiful, brother. I love that. That sounds good, man. You know what? You know what? But guess what? The crab in the bucket be like, well, who care? I just got this. I just got that. I just got that. I just got that. Hold on. But couldn't stop to spend one moment to congratulate his brother for making even if the goal that he accomplished was something material.
Exactly.
I resonate with that.
Go ahead, brothers. I want to hear more on you. What y'all got to say?
I resonate with that all too well. That's the point right there. Like that's literally the story right there, brother Omar. You see what I'm saying? Hey man, listen, I'm all and blessed where I am right now. You see what I'm saying? Every mama queen, everybody, every time sometimes we have shows and y'all see certain backgrounds, the Black Nation family. You see what I'm saying? That's my Beagle family I brought over here. My Soul Tribe family. You see what I'm saying? Issa Queen, God, that's always my goal. Whenever we do something, it's always, all right, now, who else can I put on? You see what I'm saying? I do that in all walks. Anything, Mama Queen will tell y'all, anything I'm a part of. And I feel like there's a person that's I'm attached to that's good for a certain position or a certain role. Hey man, look, I'm working on this and this gonna be huge. You feel me? I want to see if you want to do something with that, man. And that's the goal right there, brother Omar. And that, I think, that sort of nullifies the crab in a bucket mentality. If we had more brothers and sisters that when they get put in positions, instead of worrying about themselves and trying to leave everybody behind and flex on everybody when they come back, man, when you get put in a position and you say, oh, okay, I see what we need. You know, I got homegirl right here that fit perfect in this position. Or I got homeboy over here that fit perfect in this position. Go back and get your people. Go eat your people. You know, now I understand if you around some people, some shiesty people, and you can't go back and get them. But if you was around some loving people, even if you was around some shiesty people, the loving people that you was around that was in a mix with those shiesty people. You see what I'm saying? Because that's, like I said, brother Omar, that's the story. You see what I'm saying? On that Beagle planet, I was around people who loved me and people who wanted my downfall. You see what I'm saying? And whenever I made a move, I only came back for the people that love me. I came back for the people that wanted my downfall. But see, the people that wanted my downfall hit me with the, no, I see you, I'm good. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, and now it's like it's popping off. Everybody like, well, you know what, Humble? You gotta come back over here for so and so. Nah, bro, you was good. Remember? Like things like that is speaking of, yo, that's the story. And so that's why I know a lot of times Titan family in the comments, y'all be like, yo, he be giving out a lot of flowers. He always up there sound like he preaching. But that's because I'm blessed. Like every moment, every day I wake up, I get the chance to do something I love to do. Right. Also I want to touch on this point really fast. What I do on here, I look at as a sport. The debate, the intellect arena, the debate arena, whatever we want to call it. I look at this like a sport. You see what I'm saying? When LeBron James go on a court with Kevin Durant, they're not going on a court to be buddy and yo, what we doing tonight? No, they looking to take the game over. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, when we get up here, we are intellects. This is the war of minds up here. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I be having to remind, my family, like, yo, when I come hard, bro, I ain't coming to attack you. I don't mean I don't like you. It's just, that's just the state that I be in. That's just the competitive nature that I have. And hey, y'all got brothers like Assam Carter, thank because that's the inspiration, bro. When I used to watch Shaka eye moves, you see what I'm saying? Assam come, man, y'all used to get up there, y'all sitting on them couches, y'all going in. That's what intrigued, like, yeah, these brothers going in, like it motivated me. You see what I'm saying? And so now when I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm teaching my information, I'm getting to my information. That's literally like the spirit that's like comes over me. It's just like, all right, get it in now. You see what I'm saying? That's why oftentimes y'all hear Brother A1, we'll go live, Brother A1 be like, yeah, Humble was born ready. Hey, great teachers. Y'all didn't even know y'all was teaching me, but as I was watching, I literally had some great teachers. Like, y'all knew how to control a crowd. You see what I'm saying? That's why I give Unc his flowers too. Very polarizing. I know how to polarize a crowd.
He got a whole cult going with him right now. That brother, strong voice. He get busy.
That's he do. And so I just want y'all to know that, hey, if y'all was ever looking and wondering, hey, did we ever birth a child off of everything that we did? Y'all most definitely did, and he is right here.
Let's see, that's the good part. I know, like you know when you did something during the debate because people was talking about subjects around it on every conscious channel, right? And it'll spill into even the European world. Me and Kassad, my young brother Kassad, and I really didn't. He wanted to debate me, and I was like, all right, we'll do it. So because I'm like, I'm not your first debate, man. I'm not. I got more debates than everybody on the channel.
Yeah,
that's not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Though, listen, I'm not with Unc. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally that way with Unc, man. I'm here, I'm ready, I need it. Why? Because I don't see another challenge. I don't.
No. But you attack somebody that you debate. That's starting with you, because for like to debate me, and I went proportionately easy towards the end compared to what I could have brought out, because I know he's a young man. He's excited. This is his culture, or his, the culture he's chose to indulge himself with. So I can't just destroy him.
Right.
That's not fair. But you in here with, like, your knowledge is not on this level yet, because just from who you quoting, you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, just from the people you quoting. So I had to make sure that let me shape this, because they're going to be talking about this for a long time, and it's going to be to the point where if I do you filthy, you're not even going to want to debate anymore. You might even lose interest in the community as a whole. This is a black. You might go to some Judah. I had to put Judah won't admit it, but I had to coach him back. I said, get back in the ring, Judah. You know he's not going to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Judah done seen me debate damn near 40 times on a different channel. While Solar, you hiding the goddamn debates. Put the damn debates up. You got everybody else debate up, but when it come to me, nah, you in your feelings. Get out your feelings. So
yeah,
you don't want to, and that's why I be telling. That's why I got on here with Ankh the other day. I'm like, man, you are talking to the youth very rotly, and you don't want to speak to them in a rot fashion because they like you.
Yep.
You don't like them. And really you do. You want their attention, but you want them to come in your way. But they coming in their way. So let them come in their way.
Exactly.
You have to have room to grow and do what you do and give the look that you want on the information. Not the look that we have. You might take what we have and mold things, but this is y'all now. This is your stage.
Yep.
And as it becomes your stage, we move into other things such as community work, such as lecturing, such as really putting forth what you say. Like in Colorado, when I die, you know, our biggest elder was Hiawatha Davis. And then we have a brother Jeff. Brother Jeff has bought buildings and yeah. And so,
do you have any videos or books on them?
Brother Jeff is still around, right? So Brother Jeff went to jail for a dope case, came out. He was a Muslim, and Farrakhan came down and established their masjid, and it burnt down, and they set up another masjid. And then Brother Jeff was taking Farrakhan's model, as we had all met him, and he started to buy buildings and stuff. Him and then Wesley Muhammad came down. Me and him clashed a little bit, and because I was a Salafi Muslim and moving away from being a 5%er to a Nation of Islam observer to, you know, so this type of thing, you know, we're just building community. And then we had a gang war out here, and me and my cousin who were DJing and MCing, we had to go across both sides and spread these flyers out in a dangerous, scary time. And Brother Jeff helped us, and a couple other people helped us, but we had to go squash that beef, and it took it from us to go do it because they wasn't listening to the elders. You want to hear somebody who's popular in your era say it, or it don't mean nothing to you.
Right.
And so when we did that, Colorado calmed down. It was called the Summer of Violence, but it was a couple summers of violence. It was, I'm saying, Cass was, man, we had
stories in Baltimore. Like when y'all, like when I listen to the stories that people tell from not New Orleans, but Chicago and things of that nature, I'm like, we need to hear those stories in Baltimore because we don't know what a peace treaty looked like. We don't know what a peace fraction is. We don't know what it is to dap up the dude from across the street. We don't know none of that. We is just so gung-ho, high-strung, ready to attack anything that's looking crazy at us. And I'm like, we need some sense in Baltimore.
Omar, when I knew y'all was crazy in Baltimore because Washington is right there. That's y'all. That same thing to me, right? They made the video in, what was it, 80? They sent in the video. The kids was our age when they did it. And they showing themselves robbing people, beating cats up on the street. And they just saying stuff on the video like, New York don't want none of this. Y'all soft in New York. We like, what's wrong with them? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who the hell? You remember that video? I think it was Sean, what's Sean's name? Sean did a lot of time and got off. Him and Rayford Austin, or not Rayford Austin. Yeah, I think Rayford Austin went in the ground at the same time. Sean Preston or whatever. Him and I'm like, these kids is crazy, yo. They just out here wilding. So when you get enough heart to go stop situations like that with the right plan, don't just be out there just doing stuff willy-nilly. Because even my partner, Dallas Stokes, one of my right hands, he draws sneakers for Kyrie Irving now. But we went down to Cabrini Green to get him out of there before they tore that thing down.
Oh wow.
So to go down Cabrini Green and, you know, get him out of there, and then they killed his chief as soon as we got him out of there. He came to Colorado. He ended up drawing Kobe Bryant's first and second sneaker, and drawing Shaquille O'Neal's first and second sneaker. And you'll see us on BET at Shaq's party, but he coming from Cabrini Green.
Right.
You see them, so you gotta go in and really do it.
Yeah.
That's real work. That's what. Oh, go ahead, David.
No, Salaki, if you want to go ahead and land your plane, brother, because I wanted to speak on Cabrini for a second.
Don't lose your thought. Go in, bro.
Thank you, brother. This is a beautiful conversation because, you know, I think instead of us like finding so many ways to disagree, we're finding a lot of different angles and a lot of different points to agree. So, as Asar was speaking on Cabrini Green, Cabrini Green started out as a I'm trying to choose my words right because, you know, I don't want to get it wrong. It started out as like something planned, something that was supposed to be a utopia for the so-called Black community. Right. You know what I'm saying? But as Cabrini moved along up in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, it developed into a trap, like a trap. And then because a lot of where Cabrini came from was the I wouldn't necessarily say Jim Crow laws, even though Cabrini went back to the early 60s when it was built. Mm-hmm. It was more as a stable / affordable housing program. Hold on, just as Asar can probably verify, a lot of projects up in New York was damn near the same goddamn the same format. It was the same thing. Polo grounds, Bronx River, Marcy, Queensbridge.
Hey, I'm gonna throw this in and let you keep the bill. I just drove through there and I ain't even out of New York yet. I'm driving away from it. I'll probably drive back through Chicago. I was looking. You have to understand. I live in Colorado. The population of Montbello is in 2 of those buildings in New York.
Damn.
Keep going.
That's wild.
But no. So it's funny that. Well, it's not funny. It's ironic that our conversation is segueing into Colorado because my little nephew stays in Denver, Colorado, which is my brother. Hold on, my older brother that I grew up in a household back up north on the north side of Chicago, and uptown on Greasy Uptown. My brother Kareem, because you know, because I don't know if you know Asar, like my beginnings. The way I got my name, Omar. So my name is Omar Hanif Muhammad. I got it straight. And my brother Kareem is Kareem Ibn Muhammad. And my daddy at the time was Salahuddin Muhammad.
Hold up. Who? Is he in Park Hill?
No. We from Chicago.
No, I'm saying he live in Colorado. Is he in Park Hill?
Well, what you mean, Park Hill, Staten Island?
No, Park Hill in Colorado.
Oh no. So my little nephew is in I don't know what area of Denver he in, but
He's probably in Park Hill. That's what. Yeah, he's probably Park Hillian.
It's a highly black dense area of Denver,
yes,
Denver, Colorado. And
everybody out there know me. So
you know what?
Chill, Bump Chill.
No,
they can be like, oh, the rapper dude. Yeah, he can be like, yeah.
Well, my little nephew is young. My little nephew ain't nothing, but he can't be only about maybe 21, 22 years old at this time of his life. You know what I'm saying? But I was just trying to make the correlation on how us is getting raised up, getting tutelage from certain things, and you know what? It was a time in my life that couldn't nobody tell me nothing about Islam. Man, I was so devout, studying it up in the Quran. I was so devout and like I couldn't be adjusted. You know how they say the Adjustment Bureau. I know a son know what I'm talking about. Shout out to GDN Capone too. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother GDN Capone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good brother. That's a good brother, man. That's a good brother too. GDN Capone. It's a brother, it's a brother. From what I know, the brother from the city, and I know what that name means. But I told him we had never discussed we had never discussed that over this, over any platform. But to just piggybacking off of what you said, Asar Mkai, you know what I'm saying? It has to be a certain point to where we got to stand on business, and we got to talk. And hold on, we don't only got to talk. We like y'all agree. We got to start standing on business and be like, yo, listen here. We can talk about this. We could talk about that. We could talk about that. When are we gonna start coming up with some viable solutions to where we can get our ish together, to where another nigga that they were so-called a op can be like, you know what? I disagree with him here, but I disagree with him there. Hold on. Not only speaking about that, I'm majority speaking to these I hate to use this word. I hate it. A YN. That word it pisses me off. It absolute pisses me off, because the thing is, like I said, I'm sure you probably older than me, Asar, but like I said, I'm pushing damn near 50. I'm pushing damn near 50 years old. So it's a time to where.
But you coming.
And you know what? I'm not going. Okay, you know what, Salaki? Because I'm 46. I'm 46 years old. I'm 46. I'm 46 years old. So it got to be a time to where we can say, you know what, man, we need to put something together to where no matter if one of our brothers say, okay, Kemet is the right way. If the brother say Islam is the right way. If a brother say being an Israelite is the right way. If a brother say even being a Christian the right way. Here's the thing here. I judge a person. Listen, whatever ideology you believe in, I judge it upon how a brother live in his life. And I remember you specifically saying, Asar Mkai, I had boots on ground. I stopped a brother from executing another brother. I heard you say that, Mkai. That's how detailed I listen. I listen before I talk. And I remember you saying that, brother Asar Mkai. So the thing is, before another brother go put another brother down because he believe in Bible, because he believe in Egyptian, because he believe in being an Israelite, because a brother believe, even if a brother fall off in some Hindu, how good are you putting boots on ground? How good are you standing up for the community? How good are you are saying, you know what, if atrocities are being done, when can I put boots on ground and stand up for my people? And that's why I give salutes to brothers like you, brothers like Sa, brothers like Captain, and a whole lot of other plethora of brothers. And I give salute to my young brothers that they have not done that, but on their way to doing that too.
Absolutely.
And I mute out for my brothers to talk, man. Very powerful, man. Very powerful, brothers.
Yeah, y'all are the future. Y'all are the key. And you are a young elder. So it's important that you grasp what you grasp. Look, I'm going to push you. Grasp what you grasp fast so that you can start to implement it amongst those around you. And I said this earlier as well. It doesn't matter if you're a Hebrew. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, Christian, Jew, Shamsu, Ifa, Buddha. What matters is that you respect each other's walk and understand that you're black. Black is more important than we give it credit for, because when we see each other, we know each other because we know we black. And once we get back to that creed and love for each other, like I said, all this Democrat, Republican, none of that was ever important to us like that. Voting for the lesser of the two evils was important, and making sure that we get the laws we want implemented. Having Christian, Jew, this, that, the other, and indulging in each other's methods, systems, ways of worship, spirituality, love, or expression of how you feel was never a problem for black people. It was never an issue. I've always been around Muslims, Christians, and some type of African brother. And we've always walked as a clique. It's never been any different. To this day, I call my brother Ahmed from Senegal, both his brothers Mamadou and Mahmoud. I can call Mahmoud Abdul Rauf directly, and his brother Omar, named like you. I can call my partner Chaka. I can call his Dominican Papa. You understand? And it's never been any different for me and people that came up around my time. So when we look at what's happening to y'all, we trying to tell y'all, don't let that happen to you. That's the dumbest thing ever. We just hoping that people grasp those concepts. Like, don't be bent this way. Don't be bent that way. Those are old tricks that we have already mastered. So to watch you fall victim to them would be heinous, and us not doing our due diligence. But it's on video, so it won't be another generation of, oh, the elders didn't say nothing, because it's on video and we've been saying it. So we're hoping that y'all's children, you bring them up and make them understand these freedoms. Don't let them fall victim to these particular excursions that take you off the beaten path, because that's exactly what they do. They set up boundaries. They make you a sleeper cell because they make you start to hate everything that's black, everything that's African about you, everything that's culturally brought forth from your original self to now. And so the issue with the new things you're putting in yourself, we're not really checking to see the harm that they have on our initial culture, because we think our initial culture wasn't worth a nickel. And when you start to think that way, you start to create a hole for yourself. And so that's why I say it's okay to be a Hebrew. Don't let it take you out of this, though. Take your Hebrew stuff and bring it, and make sure that whatever is against your persona is left. Take your Islamic self. Don't let it attack your persona. Otherwise, because when that's attacked, remember, they said there was no more peaceful time than when the pagans were in charge. I think it was Iambiculus who said it. Why? Because at that time, they didn't impose their will to destroy your culture. The only thing they did was protect their children against that opposite culture, so that if you came into Africa, there's certain things that couldn't go down. Like, nah, you keep that over there. But we just want this from you. We beat you in the war. We're not about to occupy your land. Keep worshiping how you worship. When you come over, when they did a treaty with the Hittites, it was over 3,000 Necharu that they put the treaty under. The African gods and the Hittite gods. And when you do such a thing, you're showing respect for your opponent. And you really don't have a hang up or a problem because you know where it came from. Such as in the story with Checkerball, when he tells the gentleman, he was like, man, your forefathers used to come over and pay tribute to ours. All I'm asking to do is to get my boat back that's been stolen, blah, 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 blah. And the king Checkerball had to recognize what he said. He said, yes, this is true. Or we did do that, such and such. I'll look into the matter, blah, 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 blah. So these things are important because when you come to the circle today and you sit and you mold and meld with each other in this melting pot, you can lose yourself really fast. You can start to say stuff like, that African can't come to my cookout, Tazariak. You can start to say, you can really mess up, right? And start saying stuff like, well, I'm actually brown. I'm not black per se. Black is not just the color, it's persona. It was considered to be the divine color, to the point where whites would put bitumen on their skin to be recognized by God again when they passed away. That's what's important, that you stay together, you stay whole, you stay as a collective, you get that hive. You don't have to have the hive mind because we're going to think differently, but know when it's time to connect like Voltron, we stand together and we connect forever. These are the things that will unite us in fights around us so that no one can surround us and pound us out. But if we lose that with these new generations being sticklers on certain things, like if I was to abide by the Paret Imheru, I would lose capacity with all of you. The same way if somebody does it with their Bible, with their Quran, with their Bhagavad Gita, with etc., etc. Why? Because it tell me, just like it tell you to make jihad, and say, hack up the limbs that have turned against Ra. Hack up the limbs that have turned against me. That's what it say to do. So it would be jihad on all levels, like a Muslim. It would be hacking up. It'd be time to hack you up because you don't respect the sun folk, as they say. You are a limb of Ra that has turned wretched. The Ba'u Ra, the souls of Ra, the scriptures of the text aren't in you. I need to hack you up so that the earth can recreate you again. I can never fall into that thinking solely because it would destroy our relationships around us. That's what I mean by don't become a sleeper cell. When it says stuff to demonize you, leave it alone.
So Asar, I would so-called say what I'm getting ready to say as a piggyback off of what you said, but I'm looking at my notes, and because we did a lot of agreeing, and I agree with that. I just wanted to say one thing to Mama Queen, one thing, and I'm just going to give two examples right quick, two examples very quickly, because something that Mama Queen said earlier, which I don't want to say that I want to teach I don't know if she's an elder, but she gives I can tell she's an elder just because on how eloquent she talks, how soft-spoken, and her understanding. And to be fair, the most thing, she's very fair. She understands on both sides of the argument and both sides on the agreement. So I just felt like I should bring this out. And I felt that this was very, very important to the people that say that they feel that as far as the biblically speaking, that the woman doesn't hold her weight upon the tribes of Israel. So I just want to go, and this is very important. I want to go to Proverbs 31:10, and I'm gonna start there because like I have a rib, I have a wife, and because I put my queen on a pedestal and I love her so much, I felt that I would be being very disingenuous not to bring this scripture up. And this is a very powerful scripture. And then I'll quickly go into another scripture, but that scripture is so long, I don't want to go into a whole, what some people call a diatribe. So I'm gonna I'm gonna expound quickly on the second, but this first scripture is absolutely beautiful to the Black woman. So, and if y'all want verification, y'all can pull it. It's Proverbs 31, and we'll start at 10. So I don't know if y'all want to spend time to quickly pull that scripture, Proverbs 31:10. Pull it from the KJV. And let me know when y'all there so y'all can follow me. That way, unlike the Holy Ghost, we can see us pulling scripture and reading verbatim. This is one of the most beautiful scriptures for a woman that I've ever seen in my life. Proverbs 31:10, KJV. And let me know when y'all get there. If y'all on the phone and can't get there, just let me know when I can read, and I'll read it.
You said Proverbs 10?
No, Proverbs 31.
31.
Chapter 31, verse 10. And we're going to start there. So the reason why I pulled this scripture, Asar, the reason why I pulled this scripture, Brother Humble, A1, is because Mama Queen, like I said, I would never disrespect something, but I just wanted to kind of not to say for her to believe in all these scriptures, but the reason I'm pulling this scripture is because a woman of Israel, a virtuous woman, like she said, not coming into the temple, not coming into the house of God, and wearing some tight dress and everything like that. This is very important. And I just want to bring this out right quick. And then I got another scripture to back it up. But I just want to start off with the scripture very quickly. And I just want to make sure that everybody that's listening, if y'all can pull this scripture too, to make sure that it's verified according to the biblical text. It's
Calling the
Proverbs,
wife a noble character.
exactly. Proverbs 31:10. So I'm going to read this. We're going to start at 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Let's break that down. A virtuous woman, and then the man or the prophet that's reading the scripture is saying that, listen here, when you find a virtuous woman, her price is far above rubies. Rubies was one of the most valuable commodities at that time. It was above gold. Rubies was above gold. It was above silver. Let's keep reading. Let's drop down to 11. The heart of her husband, don't say it, trust in her. Hold on. Is this diminishing a woman? Absolutely not. Let's drop back. 11. The heart of her husband doth save, trust in her. So thou he shall have no need of spoil. 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. To find a woman that'll put her husband first and to value her husband and to say, I never do my husband any bad. I'm only going to do him good for as far as what I'm living. Let's drop down. 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. Let me tell you this. If I had a woman, which I do, but we ain't got to do that now. Your woman back in the ancient days is working wool, working flax, busting down her hands to make her husband dope garments. Oh my God, hold on. It even get more solid. This is a solid relationship between a man and a woman. 14. She is, hold on, this is dope. This is so beautiful. 14. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. So you telling me my wife is doing good works that's bringing me and my family food? It's like it's every meal that she cooking. It's like she traveling miles upon miles upon miles to feed me and my children, which is her offspring too. Let's continue. 15. She riseth also while is yet night and giveth meat to her household and a portion to the maidens. So this is a good woman. Not only do she wake up in the middle of the night to make sure when her husband wake up after, when the husband, when the kids, and when they help raise up, they all got healthy food to eat, to nurture them, to be able to be prosperous. Let's move forward. 16. She considereth a filth and buyeth. Hold on, this is dangerous. And this is dangerous because this is so beautiful. Imagine, listen. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a Yo, so you telling me the husband, so if Hebrew culture was so brutal to a woman, You telling me her husband is gonna say, you know what, baby? I want you to run the business. Not only do I want you to run the business, I want you to order everything that the business needs to thrive. And everything that touches your hands and everything that you planteth shall be a reward. I'm going to read that again. She considereth a field and buyeth it with the fruit of her hands. She planteth a vineyard. Let me scroll up one more, man, because this is so powerful to a woman. And these are the things that I instill my household off of. Because don't get me wrong. Whatever I tell my wife to do, my rib is the end all say all. But in certain areas, her knowledge is way more valuable than my knowledge. And these are valuable knowledges that I would have to agree that in order for our family to be able to be successful, I just can't give an order. I just can't override what my rib and my wife say. I have to understand that she has a specific value, and the value that she brings is very powerful. So this scripture to me prove, in the context of it is, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies and gold. That's letting me know I can't strong arm my wife. I can't tell my rib whatever I say just go. Listen, if my wife, has a better idea than what I have, according to scripture, I have to listen to my rib. I can't overpower my rib. I can't put her opinion down. I can't just say, okay, because you gave advice, now I'm gonna throw your advice in the ground. You absolutely right. If my rib advice is better than my advice, I'm gonna take that advice. And you know what? The areas to where she's smarter than me, where I fall short, and just because I have the end all say all, because you know what? I can say, you know what, that don't make sense. I'm not gonna say that. Well, guess what? You're not a logical nigga. You're not a logical human being. You're irate. You can't comprehend, and you can't be reasoned with. So when my wife, my rib, gives me counsel, and it is counsel. When she give me counsel and her idea is better than my idea, guess what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to fall back and say, you know what, baby? Because as we can both agree, as we all can agree, I don't choose a woman just because how she look. No. I choose a woman on how articulate she is, how educated she is, how smart she is, how she can bring me value, how I can bring her value, and how we can make this relationship and this household work and fit together. So I think that's very important upon Hebrew scripture, not upon Christianity, but based upon scripture, on how a virtuous woman, can complement a man of the Most High. And I'll let it go to you, brother Asar or Humble Salakia. Hey, yo, bro, Assad, bro, humble. Y'all brothers there?
My bad.
Well,
Hold on 1 second. I'm just.
oh,
I'm,
there y'all go. Salaki, I was finna keep going, but Salaki, I give y'all brothers a chance to respond.
no. I'm over here. I'm getting my goddaughter ready to leave. So I'm about to meet back up. I'm trying to put her clothes on and stuff.
Well, no, just listen in, humble, because I know you. Yo, humble. I'm gonna tell you something, brother. We had never come against you because since I jumped on when you first came on, I heard the younglings and the little ones in the back room. So
Mhm.
I understand, brother, and I
Oh,
never
yeah.
come against them. You know, we love the shorties over here. We love the younglings, and we love what you doing, humble. So don't get it confused. Like just because you dealing with the shorties and the younglings, you know, and the babies, that like we getting annoyed. As a matter of fact,
Yeah, most definitely. I get you.
I love to hear them in the background because
God.
that let me know that you grounded. But I just want
Mhm.
to say that, brother humble. But I don't know if I don't know if a brother Asar wanted to speak on that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to speak on that, brother Asah?
No, you know what? You know what, humble? If I'm not mistaken, I think brother Asar was doing something with his truck or something. Because I kind of got an idea on what he does for a living.
Right.
So if he has to mute out or can't speak for a certain amount of time, you know, I want to let him know. I understand. I worked for a food company, delivering food on a 5-day 14-hour shift a day, driving a semi with a CDL. So you know, if he does something similar, I can understand. But I just wanted to give the brother Asar a chance to voice it. I'm not sure if he heard everything I said, or if he's not there, I can keep cooking too.
Um, yeah. I'm here. Like I said before, my goddaughter mother just came. She sleep right now, so I'm just getting her prepared to leave. I'm here. I can hear you. I'm gonna be on mute. If you need me, hop in. Just let me know. You know, I can come in. I hear you.
All right, I got you, brother humble. And Asar, I don't know if you can hear me, brother. At any time you can cut me off and jump in because now the time that I spoke on, me moving forward would be your time. But because you muted and I'm not if you busy, brother, I can understand. I don't know, not sure if you're not listening. At any time, jump in and cut me and cut me off and I give you the floor, brother. But I just want to keep on speaking about another thing. And this was the book of Judges. Hey, hold on a sec. I don't know if you can hear me if you're doing your thing, but humble. Hold on, let me go turn this goddamn microwave. I was heating up some food, trying to stop being off that because I know y'all be hearing me sometimes. I'll be like, yo, I'll be up in here eat, man. And I love tacos because I'm on the West Coast, so I love tacos. All right, so um, yo, you know what, humble?
Yeah.
Can you grab it? Can you get
Tacos. I
it?
eat chicken box, 4 wings of fries.
Yeah, I don't eat pork though. I eat beef and chicken tacos. But if you can maybe elaborate, piggyback. I gotta use the restroom, but I'm watching it on my big screen so I can hear you. Go
Okay.
ahead, brother. You know, yeah. I'll let you know when I'm ready to hop back in.
I got you. Yeah. What it do, y'all? Get myself ready. I'm sitting here chilling, man. I love this show today. This was an amazing show. I appreciate you, Mama Queen, as always. It's always a blessing to have you on a panel. Brother Sam Ka, always dropping them jewels. I got him locked in on the Facebook now. And so, oh man, This has been a journey. This has been an experience. I cannot wait to just see what the rest of this time bring, man. I can't wait to see the rest of the debates, the rest of the presentations. I know brother A1 gonna have some fire background. Speaking of that, let's take a word from our sponsors real quick, y'all.
Attention all debate fans. You've been watching, you've been arguing, you've been picking sides. But now it's time to level up. From this point forward, all debates on this platform are going members only. That means the hottest clashes, the wildest arguments, and your favorite personalities going head to head will only be available to subscribers. You want real scholarship, you want the smoke, you want the unfiltered action, then don't get left outside looking in. Sign up today for as low as $3.99 and get full access to every debate, every moment, every knockout argument. This is Titans Debate League, where legends are made and debates get real. Join now or miss out. In the arena of ideas, words are weapons. Confidence is your armor, and every Titan needs their gear. From the Titans Debate League comes a movement born from energy, faith, and power. Custom debater tees, spiritual wear, and PVO gear guaranteed to uplift your spirit and elevate your mindset. This isn't just fashion, it's identity, it's purpose, it's power. Join the movement, step into the arena. Shop now at ColiseumOfArguments.com and wear what Titans believe in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coliseum of Arguments. 8 women step into the arena, not to play games, but to wage intellectual combat. This isn't trash talk, this is logic versus logic, sources versus sources, scholarship under the lights. Win a round, win $50 cash. Keep winning and walk out with $500 in the crown. Each competitor represents a brand, an ideology, a team they're ready to go to war on the hill for. Every claim challenged, every source checked, every moment judged. So we ask you, are you not entertained? Enter the Coliseum of Arguments. Only the strongest minds survive. This is Titans Debate League.
And we back, family. You know, I just want to give some shout outs to everybody that's here in the comments. Thank y'all so much for y'all engagement. Brother Quantum, we see you down there, Brody. Thank you so much for coming through, kicking it with your fans. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Yo, A1, you here, Brody? All right, y'all. What I'm gonna do is I don't know if Omar, you here, Omar?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm actually about to shut it down, Brody. I actually got a whole lot of to do back here. I gotta get her stroller.
I hear you.
Stuff to the car. So I'm gonna shut it down. I most definitely might be back live probably tomorrow at 2. Check me out at 2:00 over here. I most definitely appreciate you, brother Omar. Thank you most definitely for coming past, Brody. You know we appreciate you.
Yeah, and I just want to say one thing, a couple of things before you shut it down.
Go ahead.
These are the kind of dialogues that I really enjoy, because the thing is, we didn't have to come up in here, we didn't have to slander, we didn't have to use. I haven't heard no profanity at all since the live started. And you know what? These are the things that I really value. These are the things that I really like to address. Even though that we disagree on some things. This is hold on. And for some reason, whenever Soul Tribe comes up, we end up finding we agree on a lot of things and we build on that. So I would love to do that. I would love to do that more. Shout out to A1. Shout out to you, Humble. Shout out to my brother Asar M. Kai. Even shout out to the chat. Shout out to even to the brothers that I've had very harsh dialogues with. Just to say, this is an example that we can get it done. We can get it done. And you know what? Even though I've been guilty of maybe starting it and even finishing it, but you know what? I'm still working on self too. So you know what? I want to tip my hat off to Soul Tribe. I want to tip my hat off to Mama Queen. I want to tip my hat off to Asar M. Kai. And of course, A1. And of course, to my boy Humble, because Humble, listen, it takes a lot of discipline and obedience. So when you got your hands full with the children, and the thing is, I put it in the chat earlier, hearing the kids maybe and that, and some people may say, oh, it's annoying, this and that. Hey, I love it because you know what? You putting family first. And even though, like you said, some of those kids is your seeds, some of them is not your seeds.
Right.
And you know what? I could tip my hat off and respect a brother like that. So Humble. Whenever Soul Tribe come up and a brother like you, we've agreed, we've disagreed. I'm gonna tell you, brother, shalom, and I love you, brother. I love the platform. Yeah. I love all y'all. Much respect, and I'm gonna digress with that.
My man, and you already know we catching up. Hey, listen, what the old timers say, we don't say goodbye. We say see you later. Let's get it.
Con out of one con. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna mute out and let you finish.
Most definitely.